home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November in addition to the club training he was doing because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We don't need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana High School football fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Columbia City as we have an outstanding sectional final in front of us and a rematch of arch rivals here, of course, at Max Gandy Stadium, home of the Columbia City Eagles, as they do play host to the Leo Lions. This is SummitCitySports.com coming to you live. We do have Aiden Orth on the camera. I am Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play, and the one and only Jake Smith here in the building to give us the color commentary. Jake, this is a rematch of just 3 weeks ago when Leo was defeated right here on this same field by these Columbia City Eagles 28-13. As we talked a little bit, Leo started decently, got that mistake early, and really never looked back. Tell us about what you saw, as I know you were out here on the color commentary for SummitCitySports.com 3 weeks ago.
Of course, TA, Tim Atkinson up here. Pleasure to be up here with you, buddy. Going to be a hype game. And, going back to that game, that matchup here a couple of weeks ago, really what it came down to was just physicality. Columbia City, I think, really manhandled Leo at the point of attack in both the sides of the trenches, offensively and defensively, and just established that power run game that they're so famous for this year with the 4 horsemen and the running backs that they've got. With the fullback position, they're real deep with Justice Goree. He gets tired. They bring in Josh Arntz and use him like a sledgehammer, and then you've got the outside guys, in the slots at James Getz and Ethan Sievers, and they just wore this Leo team down.
Right.
But, it's going to be great to see what changed tonight because both these teams are well coached, and there's going to be a lot of adjustments that came from that, and hopefully Leo is up to the challenge this time with the physicality that they faced in the last game.
Yeah, I mean, it was, of course, a conference battle, so a lot of pressure on both squads in that regular season matchup, but a whole nother level of pressure here as you can walk away with hardware here tonight in a sectional final. So as you mentioned, it's going to be real interesting to see the adjustments. What do you think needs to happen on both sides here for Columbia City and Leo, for Leo to turn the table and for Columbia City to keep that as it was 3 weeks ago?
No, great question, Tim. And I think what it's going to come down to, the one thing that I'm watching right now is the flags up on top of the goalpost down there, and there's a little bit of a wind advisory, and I think that plays into Columbia City's favor. Keeping the game on the ground. So, a quick offensive and defensive breakdown for Columbia City. If I'm CC, I can't change much on offense. I've got to establish the run game. I've got a great offensive line. I've got 4 complementary backs that can pound the ball, keep the throws light. I'm saying throw under 10 passes in the game. If this wind picks up, maybe less. Defensively, just play sound fundamental football. When you've got somebody like a Josh Arntz there who's being recruited by Trine and Manchester University right now, he's a monster. I think he's up past 54, 53 tackles right now on the season, 53.5 to be exact. And you just let him rove around. He's a great, complementary linebacker in both gap fill and in zone coverage, so he can drop back and protect against the pass. And then if you're Leo, they found some things that worked for him, and the mistakes kind of got away from them in the last meeting, so they need to establish their run game as well. And you're not to sleep on their run game either because Max Leffler is an absolute dog. He's a 3-down back But they found some things with Brett Fuller, number 21. He's a smaller complementary back that they'll bring in. And then we like to compare their fullback, tight end specimen, Aiden Mons, as kind of their jackhammer, So when it's 4th and short, they're going to bring him in a power set. And if they can establish that run game, I think that's going to be huge for them. Now, 2 keys that were not applicable in the last meeting. Ethan Crawford, number 23, did not play a whole lot for Leo in the last meeting. He was going one way only. He's one of their top dog studs. And then Lucas Sharon on the defensive line is back 100% in this game, and he was not available in the last meeting. So that's a key for Leo. Utilize Lucas Sharon, let the big man eat, and let these linebackers do their job. So it's going to be a heck of a game, Tim.
Yeah, it's, of course, an outstanding atmosphere. I pulled up about 5:30. Aiden and Jake were already here in the building. Aiden, of course, is here early setting up. Your boy didn't have to do a whole lot of work, but sit down is a wonderful thing. But I pulled in off the side road here and look up and see the stands already filling up. You had the blankets laid out, reserving their own spots here at Columbia City. This is a real family and team environment here in Columbia City as a city and a community, is it not?
Absolutely, and like we talked before, we joke a lot about county football, and this is a county seat out here in Whitley County, and there's a lot of good sports out here. We've got Whitco kind of in the southwest, we've got Cherubusco in the northeast, and then right here in the middle of it all is Columbia City. And I'm an 05 grad of Columbia City. I never imagined something like this would take place in such nice facilities, and it's all kind of come together. The community's rallied behind it, and like you said, apparently there were people setting up blankets at 8 o'clock this morning and some last night to make sure they could get into the standing room only in the new stadium here, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an outstanding environment. And then when you look across the way, of course, Leo, another small community that absolutely travels well. They got the smaller stands across the way pretty much packed up here tonight. You expect a high firework type of environment here at Columbia City. Looking just at a couple of the key players, being from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and covering mostly the SAC is what I have this year. The sophomore class is just absolutely tremendous in the Summit Athletic Conference, as you know as well. 2 of the best players here on both these teams are sophomores. Talk a little bit about those two.
Absolutely. When you're talking about a wonderful slot-type receiver, they use him on the boundary here, but at a college level, he'd be more of a slot guy. He's number 43, Stratton Fuller.
And before you go farther, talk about number 43 and the significance of that jersey number.
Yeah, I was able to speak to Stratton's father, Lewis, at our Warsaw tournament for our 6th grade team, and the number 43 actually came from old coach Ron Fricke, who'd been a tenured coach here forever. He's the legend, and he passed that on and picked Stratton's father, Lewis, to wear number 43. And now Coach Fox has allowed Lewis, the wide receivers coach, to pass that on to his, the player that he deserves, to wear that number. And Stratton has embraced that as well, and he's wearing the 43. Cool. And so a lot of heritage and history behind that number. And, Stratton, he's a selfless player. The thing with him is that he's very active in 7-on-7, very active in all the camps and all the showcases. And, loosely being followed by Liberty University right now. He's definitely a D1 prospect. He's got the feet, the hands, the vision. He's not going to drop too many passes. And when you see him on the break, when he's running any type of 7 routes, dig routes, anything where he's got to get deep, he can really get that stretch off the defender, and it's really fun to watch. And then they've also used him 2 ways defensively, and he's played well corner for them.
And had a pick to start that game against Leo 3 weeks ago.
Interception on his side. So then you go and talk about the athletic specimen that is Brock Schott, whose father, similar to Lewis with Stratton, is an All-American himself, athletic family. And Brock Schott, in my opinion, is the best tight end in the NE8. I even put him slightly over Derek Overbay from DeKalb, who's a stud. When you put this guy down in the red zone, the fade route's coming. There's nothing you can do about it, and he still brings them down. He got 2 of them against East Noble. And then same thing, when you get down to crunch time and you need him to play both ways to contribute, they've had him playing at defensive end. He's got 12 sacks this year.
Hello.
Scoop picked up the fumble, took it to the house last week, and he's got 19.5 tackles for lost TFL. So both these guys are just absolute dogs as sophomores, and it's the grass is just going to continue to grow for both of them.
Yeah, there's no question about the sophomore class in Northeast Indiana is just a special, special group. But right now, this is senior time. Seniors, their season and their high school careers are on the line. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other squads around the area as we're going to go down to the Columbia City marching band for the national anthem. just a whole different level here in the state of Indiana. Outstanding performance by the Columbia City Marching Band. It just adds another layer to the high school sports here in the state of Indiana that you don't necessarily get across the country. What a great job, and it just adds that extra layer to this environment.
Big time. I mean, this is small town Friday night, you know, and it's a long time coming for Columbia City. It's been since 1993 since they've won a sectional title, you know, coming off a conference championship against a really tough Norwell team. So the environment's hopping down here. You got, you know, the youth players and the kids of the community down here. You've got, you know, the two fan bases, you know, Columbia City being at home, Leo traveling here. There's no two fan bases that travel as well as these two groups do in the NE8 by far.
Yeah, you see it right here in front of us. I mean, this Columbia City side is absolutely packed. There is no room at all. You have fans across behind the end zone in the grass. They got their bag chairs, little rockers out there. They got their blankets. They're comfy. But let's look, Jake, you know, of course, starting with some other local squads that are still here playing in this sectional final, because we have some outstanding talent around. And let's start in the 6A with the outstanding Carroll Chargers Club and the SAC champions taking on a Warsaw team here tonight at home.
So I've got a good relationship with the Warsaw group over there as we play youth tournaments with them. I've got my son actually is involved through their middle school program at Edgewood. I've got friends at Lakeview. Warsaw's a great program. Yes. You know, they're going to run the flexbone and the wishbone against that Carroll team, but man, you know, Carroll put it on them last year, 36-0. Love Warsaw to death, but you're going to see something similar tonight.
Yeah, just an outstanding defense, just a game-changing type of defense does head coach Doug Dinan have, and one of the best. Let's go back to the sophomore class and Jimmy Sullivan as their signal caller. Looking at Class 5A, of course, the much-anticipated matchup from week number 1 in the Summit Athletic Conference with Snyder winning that against Northside. It is going to be packed there at Spooler Stadium tonight. Great atmosphere there. What do you expect there at Spooler?
That is going to be an absolute dogfight. That's the 5A version of what we're watching right here. 100%. There is going to be a nasty, you know, between Jonte Lambert, you know, Uriah Buchanan, Langston Lavelle, you know, the run game is going to be nasty. And then both teams with the great signal caller and Luke Halpert and Bodie Dickerson. I mean, that's going to be a lights-out football game.
Yeah, the atmosphere, I mean, they're talking about thousands of people trying to get in the gate. So it's going to be interesting to see as Jeff Mahoney, our owner, and Joe Walburn out there on the call with, of course, our main man, Pat Rife, on the camera. Looking at 4A, of course, right here, Leo, Columbia City. We put that in a capsule. You'll also then go to 3A. And Norwell taking on the Yorktown squad. You would probably say Norwell's a pretty big favorite in that ballgame.
Big time. And after the tough loss to Columbia City at Norwell's home, man, they have done nothing but turn on the gauntlet, and I feel bad for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough deal to deal with the Knights. They're an outstanding football club and kind of have a chip on their sholdr.
Yes.
Since being defeated in that Northeast State last game against these Columbia City Eagles.
Couldn't agree more.
Looking at 2A, of course, it seems like it's happening every year right now since Lures went back into 2A after they dropped from their success factor, and that's those Bishop Lures Knights against Eastside. Should be a good matchup in 2A as well.
You know, that's going to be one of the coolest games to watch. Coach Todd Mason up at Eastside does a wonderful job running the quarterback zone read, and we've watched some different film this year where even when teams like Angola or Cherubusco have defended it to perfection, Carson Jacobs pulls that ball out of Dax Holman's gut, and he is gone.
Right.
And I think that's a one-score game either way, and I love what Lures is going to bring up there. Nick Thompson, love that kid. Charlie Stansky got a great arm. He was 17 for 21 for 188 and a tutty last week. I think he's going to do it again.
Yeah, we have outstanding talent. Jake just put everything in a capsule for you, all the way 6A down to 2A with local Fort Wayne out of the 260. So we're excited to be here at Columbia City. Of course, this broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And, of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. Learn more. Go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. The Big Eyed Fish has been around Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at drivekelly.com. Top Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. At Ottmiller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit ottmillercontracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditions, dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. System and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether expunging your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is about game time here at Columbia City High School, Max Gandy Stadium. A rematch of a Northeast 8 battle just 3 weeks ago, with Columbia City winning that one by 15, 28-13. Jake Smith on the color. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Big shout-out, Aiden North. He's the one up top on the weather. I guess sectional final, don't really have to worry about the weather here tonight in a 70-degree day here in the state of Indiana on the northeast side. But you can hear the crowd here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to turn the boom mic a little bit down as they are rocking and rolling here between the 10-1, the NE champ Columbia City Eagles hosting the 8-3, 5-2 in conference play, Leo Lions. Just a great atmosphere once again, Jake. You can hear it, you can feel it. The band's in the building. Even the Leo fans are giving it a little bit across the way. It's going to be a beautiful game.
No, man, you nailed it, Tim. You just can't ask for anything more in a high school football game. And, being a youth coach, in the middle school system, I just love seeing different coaches and their process as things get going. And, having Jason Dorfler on the Around the Fort podcast earlier in the year, being able to speak with him before this game a little bit, and just how stoic and calm he is, and a gracious guy, one of the offensive minds that I really look up to. And then, what he's able to do with his staff this year is just incredible. And then you come across the way and, talking to Coach Fuller on the Columbia City side, and what Coach Brett Fox has been able to do with really aligning all these coaches together and really getting better communication from his line coaches, his wide receiving coaches, his running back coaches. And you see that fluidity on the sideline, and just kind of that, brotherly love that both sides have. And these are the two teams that deserve to be here in the sectional final. And that's just what it is. It's the two best teams in the NE8. It's going to be a knockdown, slugfest game. I expect it to be within a score or two at the end when the final bell sounds. So ready to get it popping, buddy.
It's outstanding. We do need to give a shout-out and pause here to the outstanding athletic director here at Columbia City, and Kelly Leach. He is a tremendous athletic director, and, he is very, very big in part of everything that goes in to the atmosphere, whether out here at Max Gandy Stadium or inside the beautiful gymnasium that I absolutely love to come to. And Columbia City fans out there, we will get out here west a little bit, as I'm going to travel a little bit with the outstanding club, and we want to get in this gymnasium as we'll work that out with Kelly. But we are about set, as you can hear the crowd and see the Columbia City Eagles hitting the field. That's your Northeast 8 Conference champion. They're going to go right to the center and show their flex out here at the 50-yard line. Wow.
Man, they look good coming out there. And I tell you, I love the old Columbia City helmets that look like the Oregon Duck with the wing on them. But these Notre Dame helmets, Coach Fox, I told him, I said, man, I like the old helmets a little better, but the more you see this bright gold out here, the more it's growing on me. They're looking good. Both teams just bouncing, fired up, ready to rock, man.
And they represent their coach as well. Of course, Brett Fox, fiery as well in his own right.
This is just going to be a top-notch battle tonight, and just the in-game adjustments from both sides that you're going to see. Both teams, have their little wrinkles they're going to make in their offensive and defensive adjustments. Both are top-level special teams units. Can't wait to see this thing.
It's going to be a great matchup here tonight as the captains hit the field. As you sit and listen to this outstanding, you can watch 3 ball games here tonight on SummitCitySports.com. Of course, everything playoff-wise goes through IHSA Champions Network or IHA TV. Download the app. Do whatever you need to do. You can also link through our website, SummitCitySports.com. Go to the top. There'll be a little menu. Drop down to the live video. You have all of our games that we are live here tonight, and, of course, in the future where it will be on our website, YouTube, and Facebook. But, of course, with the playoffs, everything through IHS TV. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Columbia City sitting over here near sideline, locked arm in arm, as we're going to see Leo winning the toss, and they're going to defer. So we're already going to start a little bit different than we did 3 weeks ago.
Yes, sir. Columbia City get that ball and see if they can get that tempo run game started here first and foremost right off the bat.
So it will be the outstanding Columbia City running offense, and look at the Leo bench over there. Oh, this is going to be good.
Man, here we go. We're about to get 12 rounds of slugfest tonight, Tim. It's going to be a good one, buddy.
Last time Columbia City wore the black uniforms, going with the traditional maroon with the Eagles on front. Leo in the all-whites with the purple and black numbers. And we're set. The wait is over. The winner of this will win sectional
19.
Thank
yes,
you.
Sir.
I was looking for it.
No, you're good, buddy. No, this right here is what our friend Joe Walburn likes to call a sheepdog game, and a lot of people that are listening at home are going, what the heck do they mean by sheepdog? And we
follow you on Twitter. I think you put a definition out there.
We do, and we do things different out here in the county. Over in the SAC, you guys got some Rottweilers and German Shepherds, but we got sheepdogs out here. In this world, 85% of the people that walk the earth may be the sheep, and then 10% may be wolves, but it's the 5% that are the sheepdogs that protect that herd. They're willing to fight and die and get bloody if they need to, and that's what we got out here between Leo and Columbia City tonight. There's going to be 6 or 8 on each side, I'm telling you.
Can't say it any better than that. Here we go. Leo to kick off to Columbia City. This is Indiana high school football. We do play 4 12-minute quarters. As they'll take it from the 12-yard line, comes near side. Can he get the edge? Tackled at about the 26, 27-yard line, as that was number 81 on the return, Caden Schroff.
Yep, and this is going to be a good start here. Is Columbia City going to, obviously they're going to come out in their flexbone style set with a heavy front. What are they going to do with it? Are we going to see the normal, scripted plays that we've seen here of recently? Do they got something different up their sleeve to come out early with?
So the Columbia City offense will get a quick look at them against this Leo defense. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Come the Eagles. Piper under center. He's going to hand, and nothing happening. Tripped up. Beautiful play. Tackle for a loss by number 21 for Leo. That is Brett Fuller, the junior.
Wow. So they put Fuller in. and put him in a backer position and bring him off the edge. And that's the thing. They've been seeing this jet over and over. They're going to have to come up with something different early.
The quick tempo that Columbia City and Coach Fox loves to do, and they're going to get that back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe +1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Eagles on their first drive.
Yeah, really great penetration to start by the Leo D line here.
Quick tempo again, 3rd and 9. There's the motion, the pull, but they missed the block on that edge, and that's another tackle and another loss behind the line of scrimmage.
Somebody you got to tip your cap to is the defensive coordinator, Johnny Zolnick for Leo, and he's watched a lot of film on this. They are selling out to shut down the exterior run game on jet immediately, so Columbia City's got to go back to the toolbox on this one.
This was the first tackle and loss. Look at the penetration right there, and that was basically just blocked in. The guard was beat right there and kind of pushed him, and it happened to run right into the running back.
Absolutely.
So they have to punt it here. Do the Eagles on their first drive. Good pressure. A little low kick. Hop sideways towards the Columbia City bench, and that is down. And Leo is going to start an outstanding field position on their first drive. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 10.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Man, that's a great start if you're the away squad. You come out, boom, 3 and out, get the ball back, and now you can set it up. You know, a lot of people have been on the fence about number 7, Kyler Decker, the quarterback for Leo. I think that he's got his feet under him a little bit more. He's looked a little smoother in the pocket as of recently. Loved what he did against East Noble. We'll see what he gets popping here tonight.
Here comes Decker and the Leo line offense. He's going to go under center. Offset I formation, lone wide receiver to the near side. Decker under center, takes a snap. They're going to pitch it out wide. Good head of speed, nice little cut in minimal traffic, and then it's tackled about 4 yards shy of that first down marker.
And that's Max Leffler just doing his thing, just a simple concept. That right there is a play that you teach in youth football all across America. Just a power I, toss sweep to the outside. And they're just going to start, picking, what can we attack on this defense? Right. Where are they weak? And then go from there.
So big first down play for Leo. Positivity. They're going to go same formation. They're just going to flip-flop it to the short side of the field again. Decker under center. Offset I. They're going to hand straight up the gut. Nothing happening right there. The big fella, that looked like number 79, Riley Tucker, right up the gut. The big fella said, no thank you.
Man, big Riley down there just eating early. And you love some of these concepts that, offensive play callers love to overcomplicate things, and we're all guilty of it at any level of football. And Coach Dorfler says, you know what, we're going to go back to what they teach in 4th grade football. We're just going to go power run with a lead back, no pulling, and just run downhill. It looks great.
No spread formation thus far on the first drive. We got 3rd and 2 for Leo and head coach Dorfler. Under center is Decker once again. And he's going to check the wristband for an adjustment, and we'll call it out to his backfield. Let's see what they go with. Fumbled snap a little bit. Beautiful job to get back into the back of the backfield was Josh Arntz, the senior, with a tackle and a loss on 3rd down.
There we go, and Arntzy's fired up. I'm telling you what, if Coach Abbs or Coach Jensen from Manchester are trying to watch, and they're saying, man, cut up some tape, keep sending it over, my guy. One of those coaches is going to get a dog with that kid.
Sheepdog at that.
Yes, sir.
4th and 1, decision time for Coach Dorfler early. Setting up to go for it.
And I'm looking for Furnisher Mons back there, one of these big guys.
That fullback real close. Oh, they wanted the wide receiver on early movement. They may have got away with one there, and they hand right up the middle, and you just set it. First down on a lead dive there by the fullback.
It's crazy.
75?
They're mixing up. It's not just Mons and Furnish they're putting back there. They're even throwing in some different guys we haven't seen
Lucas
yet.
Sharon.
Sharon, man, just big guys that Leo's got, and they use a physicality to get things moving. So they move the chains, and we're still rolling.
Huge 4th down, and the call from Coach Dorfler. They're going to spread it out here now, Jake. 4 wide receiver set. They're spread. Decker on the right hip is Loeffler. Puts a man in motion. And Collins, the sophomore, they're going to jet sweep to him. Nice little gain on first down. Once again, is going to bring up 2nd, about 3, maybe a short 4.
And those are the little wrinkles that are just little things that a lot of people out there won't recognize, but when you really break down the film on this stuff, that jet sweep they usually run with somebody like a Jackson Keller and run that to the front side of the quarterback, and there he reverses out and hands off backside to the other wide receiver, Luke Collins, and it was just enough to really get him the edge.
2nd and 3 for the Lions. Spread formation once again. In the shotgun now is Decker. Loeffler on the left hip. Shotgun snap. Man in motion. And they're going to hand it. Nope, he's going to keep it. Oh, how about that? And then got tripped up over his own feet. Nice shake there in the pocket a little bit there from Decker.
Decker read that very well, and unfortunately for the Eagles D, they bit hard. And, man, if his feet would have stayed underneath him, it would have been off to the races. And Decker's a shifty little fella. He plays a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah, that could have went the distance. He had that blocker out in front as well with just one man to beat. I'm sure Leo will be fine with taking this first down. 26-yard line, 6:45 left on this first quarter clock. Spread formation, it's the same. Now we're going to go with Loeffler on the right hip. Let's see what Coach Dorfler has in store. Spread out across that line of scrimmage. The read, but a beautiful play at the point of contact. I believe that was number 50, A.J. Spencer.
That was a big, big tackle. Very solid fundamental football there. Gap fill, read, react, break him down. Big time stop there.
2nd and 8 for Leo. Same formation. Nearing 6 minutes. Clock rolling. That hard snap did not get him to go. Saw that early in the first quarter of the last matchup with Columbia City doing that. And spins, and not a lot happening. About every third play, the Columbia City line just swallows it up. Just need to get a little bit more consistent on that, but they will force a 3rd and long, maybe 3rd and 8.
One thing that Leo's got to be careful of, and I'm surprised they haven't gotten called for it in the last few games, is Jackson Keller's he's developed a bad habit of throwing his hands up in the air when he doesn't have the call in, and the wrong official is going to call that some sort of a false start. It's like, hey, man, give a different read or cadence to your quarterback if you don't know the signal.
That's a good call. Spread formation. Decker, 3rd and 8, play action. Look, a little bubble screen. And that one was deflected, I believe, at the line of scrimmage, but it will bring up 4th down. And if you're, in my opinion, going to go for this on 4th down anyway, I'm not sure about that play call. Maybe try to cut it in half and just go, try to get a more manageable 4th down.
I totally agree with you, Tim. I think that calling the bubble or the slant right there was a little risky. Wanted to catch him off kilter and off guard, but you'd have loved to see him take some of that field away for this 4th down call here.
So it is 4th and 8, trips near side, lone wide receiver to the far side. Decker, as you can hear and feel, this Columbia City faithful. Decker. Straight look. Out wide, man-to-man coverage in the end zone, and that's heavy. That's a good throw right towards that pylon. Just couldn't match up timing-wise, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
And that right there, that's some tape that Stratton Fuller wants to keep on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, played it well, got his head around just enough, didn't make enough contact. That was a clean defensive stop right there, and, man, danger time for Columbia City, and they hold them out. So big-time stop for the CC Eagles defense there.
So they will take over on their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:07 left to go in this first quarter.
Now CC's got to show something different here. Jet has been shut down.
Second drive, Piper. This one hands. That was a little adjustment. Oh, stays on his field. How about Arns spinning, moving, looking like a smaller Mike Allstott right there. Tremendous run by Arns.
Tim, I love the comparison. If I compare my guy Arns down there to anybody, it's A-Train up the gut Allstott. He wears his pads the same way. He's built the same way. Just a gritty kid, man.
You can see it all over as they'll line up in that same formation. Pipe under center. Turns hands on a low counter, and nicely done by the interior of that Leo line D. That was number 71 for Coach Dorfler, and that is Tristan Roberts, another outstanding sophomore.
Man, Tristan Roberts at 285 pounds, 6'2". He is a unit.
Was he 15, 16? Come on. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Here they go again. 2nd and 10 on the no gain. They're going to hand Arns once again. They found something cooking, but we got a hold here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that's coming back.
Yeah, that was number 6 that broke through for Leo and just absolutely was swallowed up. Drew Baker did a nice job. It was pretty much tackled there. As if it's going to be from the spot, that's going to mark that it's going to be a chop block. So this is going to be a big penalty from the spot there at the 38-yard line, 10 yards back. Going the wrong way on that beautiful-looking play. Saw it a couple plays ago on this near side, then went back to the other side. It was there, and I don't know if that block really would have had anything to do with that. It was already set free.
That's the one tough thing when you're running an offense in a wing tee or flex bone or wishbone old-school style of offensive formation. You bring your tail motion down in a lot of the sets, and if you get penetration, and Drew Baker's been doing this all year. He's a 205-pound lightning-fast kid,
right.
And he gets back there, and if you're not set and your base isn't pointed in the right direction, or you got to drop down and shot block, like you're going to get called for that, and it's a really, really tough break for the Eagles.
So it is second and forever right now for Columbia City. 4:07, man in motion. Piper hands, I think that's Arntz again. Tries to spin out of it. Over the 25-yard line, tackled about the 26, 27. Good push, but still just about a 3-yard gain there to make it 3rd and 20-something here.
And those backers from Leo, both these squads have a great linebacking corps. And when you're looking at Drew Baker and Alex Holcomb, those are senior leaders at your Mike and Sam positions, and wonderful linebacker plays are scraping down.
3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Piper, double coverage on the seam and a little bit over. I think if he let that go just a little bit, hold that a little bit tick longer, he may have seen James Getz there on that left side further towards that sideline, who was wide open.
Yep, those long passing concepts that they've had when they've been in 3rd and long have kind of been the Achilles heel for the timing between Fuller and Piper, and they've been so close a few times this year, but the longer strikes have been tough for them, and it showed again there.
So here we go. 2 drives for Columbia City. Not a whole lot going, a couple positive plays, but that's been equalized by the positive plays by this defensive line and the linebackers for Leo. Now to punt. Not expecting a long punt as a returner standing at his own 49-yard line, and that's a good end-over-end punt. Will hop back and down at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Leo will start their second drive.
Man, so that was a great punt by Piper. He's really improved his punt game this year. It's great when your quarterback can also kick the ball. Sure. Makes it easy for your personnel changes. But, right. Man, this so far, defense is the name of the game, and which team is going to break first. They both bent a little bit, some positive yardage plays on both sides, but, edge to Leo overall right now in the positive yards gained.
And you always say it's harder to beat a team a second time, all those catchphrases that you can put along with it. But there's no doubt Columbia City expects to do the exact same thing they did 3 weeks ago, and that's a win where Leo 100% believes that was a fluke. They played bad. They were missing a couple people, and they're going to try to put it in. But sectional final, there's nerves here in this first quarter. Maybe they're starting to shake out a little bit. Uh-oh. Offsides defense. Had to be lined up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, maybe a head over the ball.
How about the pipes on the zebra down there? You could hear him down there.
Okay.
So that will be a 5-yard penalty. They'll go back. It will be on Leo. You saw this near side judge motion that it was a defense offside.
That's what I thought. That's the second time this year we've seen a call like that. I tell you what, shout out to the IHSAA. I don't know if they've got their referees on a weight training program or what, but we got a couple guys out here with probably 18 to 20-inch pipes on them, so these kids better not get out of line tonight.
The back judge here, I know he's a local Fort Wayne high school basketball ref I see quite often.
Okay.
As Decker now under center, I formation. One wide receiver to the far side. The lead, the play action, man-to-man. Just get it up there. And threw it into double coverage back behind his body. But I'd like to just go ahead, 1st and 10, throw it up out there to number 11, who was on the move. And Mons, I think he had a step, at least man-to-man coverage. And I would count on my wide receiver to at least play defense if they thought it came down to that.
I totally agree. And, Mons being somebody that they use in the backfield as a fullback and a heavy tight end and blocking sets. And we saw them warming up, and he's out there on the boundary running seam routes. And I'm like, whoa. It's a big mix-up to see what Dorfler does with his personnel. And Columbia City able to shut that one down.
Here we go with Decker. Like this formation, twins near side. They're all bunched to the short side of the field. Decker's going to put a man in motion. And Zeisloff has not got a look or a touch yet, and that's a beautiful defensive play. About a minimal gain, called a 2.5-yard gain. Nice play on the edge by a pair of Columbia City players.
Yeah, you love to see that. And, it's Coach Dorfler's done a great job of mixing up different power sets and his spread offense that he loves so much that he ran at Northrop, back in the days of having C.J. Davis over there. And for the inside zone run, it's like when you start to shut down that pass game and they come back to inside zone, you've just really got to scrape down and stay gap sound, and Columbia City did a great job there with the linebacking corps in the back end to do so on that play.
So a big third down play, 3rd and 12, 2.5 minutes, clock rolling. Ball on the 40. Decker's going to waggle. Good look, good pass, good turn upfield. Was a sophomore Collins, and he is going to be about 3 yards shy of that first down marker. They're going to spot it right at the 50. Another decision, 4th and 3. I think you got to kick it here, right?
Man, this is a really dicey one. Coach Dorfler, he's a little risky sometimes. If it was me, I'd bring the punt team on for sure.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Fuller, it looks like, will go back deep for Columbia City. .150, clock rolling. Nice high kick. Fair catch and fielded at the 11-yard line, where Columbia City right now losing the field position battle. Let's see if they can flip-flop it here on their 3rd drive.
Absolutely, and we talk so much about special teams and the importance of it, and, Fuller's done a great job on punt, kick return coverage for Columbia City, and Leo early on in the season had some issues at punt, had a backup punter in, and maybe week 2 or week 3 if my memory serves me correct, and great punt there, pins him inside, right near the 10-yard line. And, Leo has won the field position game and the offensive yards gained so far. Columbia City's got to get something going here.
1:41 left in this first quarter. Quick quarters you expect with 2 running style teams. Piper's going to hand Arns right up the middle. I'll check it. That's number 24. And Sievers, Ethan Sievers, the senior, right up the middle, gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, they're really trying to probe around and see, where's a weak point on this defensive line, and unfortunately, Coach Johnny's got them blocked. They're getting penetration inside out, so they sold out to the jet, and now they're pinching back in, and Columbia City's got nothing for it yet.
Yeah, Leo is executing very, very well. I assume this is perfectly their game plan on the defensive side. 1:05, clock rolling. Same formation, Piper under center. This time he's going to hand to try to get out wide, and a beautiful play by number 9 for Leo. Of course, that's Brock's shot.
Man, and just like that jet again, Leo has just completely sold out to the jet. They've just decided, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us inside. We're not going to get beat on those outside plays again like we did last time we played you. Right. Columbia City's going to have to change it up a little bit here. Cat and mouse game for sure.
Which is why those 2 Arntz runs probably worked. You had the one that had the big gainer on first down, then the other one was negated by a clip or a block below the, what was it?
Yep, chop block,
Yep, chop block. So right there, maybe that's the adjustment that Columbia City's going to have to do. As Sievers in the backfield again. There's a hole. Gatz makes stripped it at. Got the right paw out there. I couldn't see who knocked it away, but he had that tackler block or beat, and the right arm just came out and absolutely knocked it out. Let's go. Oh, wrong traction athletic replay. It helps if I give you the right one, folks. Here, let's speed it up. And a beautiful play, and this could be a real game changer here in the first quarter with 14 seconds left. Watch this. It's a beautiful run, well designed. And again, something up inside the tackle box, but right there, boom, just knocked it away, and that was number 5, Camden Zeisloff. With the strip.
Zeisloft is the Swiss Army knife. We call him the Braden Steely, the NE8 over here.
That.
And, man, just a great strip right there, and Leo's got the ball back.
The Leo Lions in business here. 0-0, 14 seconds left in the quarter. Man in motion, and we're going to have the 2 people moving. And it's going to be 5-yard penalty. That's a tough one there for Leo. To back them up 5, it'll be first and 15, 13 seconds left.
That's a sigh of relief for the Eagles side, man. That was a huge, huge momentum changer, and now to just kind of slow that down a little bit, catch your breath, get that extra 10 or 15 seconds in before the next play, reevaluate, just a defensive slugfest so far, and Getz was off to the races with that thing. If he would have been able to maintain that ball control instead of getting stripped, man, he'd have had a good 20, 30-yard gainer if anybody would have got him backside, but Leo's in business now.
Yeah, it looked like there was just the safety was all there was to beat after that strip. Well, here comes Leo. First and 15. And it's going to be a handoff. Looking to pass. A little trickery in the end zone. Went to high point it. He picked it off, but is he out of bounds?
Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
Stratton
Number
Fuller.
13. Absolutely. 43, Stratton Fuller. That is just special, Jake.
Wow. That was a wonderfully designed play. I love the ideology of taking a shot right there. So they send Brockshot, speaking of a shot, down the field.
Let's go to our Traction AP, Jake.
Let's see this thing, because what they do, Landon Hepner is their backup quarterback, so they hand the ball to him, and he sends it down the field. He's a cornerback, but he's a backup quarterback for him as well, and Stratton able to get the toe in. Toe drag swag for Showtime. Liberty University, yo, Hugh Freeze, if you're watching, bud, you may want to get some eyeballs on that one. That was a wonderful play and a huge, huge showstopper for the Eagles right there. Wow.
What a momentum changer for his Eagle club as Stratton Fuller just went and high-pointed that ball. Outstanding job. Here's one up the middle again. There's something working a little bit. You mentioned, Jake, inside the tackles, a little bit more room at least to run. It's going to be a minimal gain, though, on that first, or 1 yard. 1 yard rush. That's going to be 2nd and 9 in the end of the first quarter. We got an outstanding ball game, as we expected, in this Northeast State Conference rematch between Leo and Columbia City. We'll be right back. You're watching Indiana High School football right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and flip on into the second quarter. We are scoreless here. Jake Smith joining me here. Tim Atkinson in the booth. Columbia City, 2nd and 9 as we start our second. They're looking to throw it with Piper. Has a step with Fuller and just couldn't leak up, and they're going to get a pass interference on Leo.
And that's a tough call, but I think I like it. You know, I'd like to see the replay on that if we've got a second. I think he grabbed a little bit of jersey as he was getting separation, and that's unlike Fuller to not be able to break away with that one.
Let's go to our Traction AP replay. Good look there from Aiden. Yeah, it's just a little bit sped up. Let's see if we can go back to it.
Right there.
Yeah, tug.
Just a little bit of a tug. That's a tight call. You could have really went either way, but in that situation, that's a big break for the Eagles. Offensively, they've got to figure out something. How can they get this motor running? Because so far, Leo has answered the call.
Yeah, they have. There's no question about it. Leo absolutely made the adjustments, obviously, since week number 3 weeks ago, We're still 0-0, though, as Columbia City has not played well, but still got to be positive here. They got the ball. Plenty of time left here in this second quarter, 11:54 in it. They get something positive going here after that Fuller pick. Let's see what happens. Man-to-man coverage. They're going to run it to Arntz. He's got a nice little cut jump in traffic. That's a beautiful run from Arntz.
He does. I love his low pad level and his low center of gravity, and that's the type of stuff they've got to build on. Don't get greedy. You know, they're not going to give you these 50-yard jets like they did last time. You've got to get positive yardage each down.
So here we go. 2nd and about 5, and nothing going at all right there from Arntz.
That is just a heavy defensive front. And, you know, just hats off to Coach John Zolnick on the defensive side. You know, when we see him against East Noble last week, they're bringing every twist and stunt and exotic blitz pressure you can see.
Right.
And they're just showing a heavy defensive front base package and really scraping down and putting the pressure on Columbia City to make the mistakes.
Update from Norwell, Yorktown. Norwell up, Jake, 14-0 over Yorktown, 3:26 left in the first. Kind of business as usual for the Knights.
Yes, sir.
Piper throwing on the move. Oh, nice little comeback route. That is outstanding. You can see why this kid has looked on highly in Stratton Fuller.
Man, I love how they go to the boundary there. You get that timed route. You get something where if it's a bad ball, it's going out of bounds. You give your wide receiver a chance to make the play. And, Showtime Stratton's what we call him over here in the county, and that's why.
Trying to get a replay in, but Columbia City just moving too quick. There they go up the middle again. Good push by that line. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. Little cook here for Columbia City. A couple positive plays in a row, which has not happened in the first couple of drives.
I like the mix here. So now we've went to the boundary with Fuller on the pass, and now we're going back inside to the run, staying away from that jet a little bit. It's a nice play call.
Play action, has wide open man. Threw it a little bit behind, but a beautiful catch and a great move. Now inside the 10, inside the 5, and Columbia City is down right inside the 1 yard line, but a beautiful catch by number 8, James Getz. That was special.
You love to see things like that in big moments. And this is a kid right here in Getz that's an absolute gamer. So instead of saying, man, he just fumbled the ball on our last possession, keep it out of his hands, we say, no, feed him the rock again and make him earn it back. And he has got this sideline pumping, and they're down at the half-yard line going in.
10:08 left in this second quarter. Columbia City fans think that was a score, but that back judge was right there on it, and you're first and goal inside the 1 yard line, and a quarterback sneak. Still no signal from either side, Judge. Wow, it looked like he got it right off the snap, but no.
Wow, I thought he crossed the plane on that by a mile, but we don't have a very, we're not on the angle, so we got to trust our officiating crew down there. But I like the silent count. You'll notice they bring in the big dog defensive tackle Riley Tucker in this set, and they've shown on film that they will give the ball to him. So
here it is on the Traction AP replay. You see the lead.
Wow, I mean, he looks into me, but
none of the Columbia City players were celebrating. That's my telltale sign right there.
Good call.
They thought he or knew he wasn't in.
Good call, Tim.
So here we go. 9:35, clock rolling. 22nd on the play clock. That ball is nose up to that goal line. Sheesh. 12 on the play clock.
We've got a special package here because that's a sophomore quarterback, Zach Berry, who I've coached in JFL before, coming in at QB.
Under center is going to hand to Arns, who dives in, and touchdown.
There we go.
Columbia City on the board first. After a disastrous kind of first quarter, they answered the bell with the Piper throwing here for Columbia City.
Wow, Tim. Wow. I know you're used to the big ball over there in Fort Wayne, but what do you think so far of this game out in the county, my friend?
This is beautiful. Great atmosphere, and these are two well-matched clubs that absolutely putting everything on the line. The first one here, look at Piper throw that on a dime. Stratton Fuller with a beautiful catch. That led in to the Getz as probably could have gave you the PAT there. It is good, 7-0 as the second one. Now we're stuck. Here we go. Let's get out of that. But a great answer from Columbia City after a couple disastrous drives. And let's look at that Getz play as well, Jake, that led him to that goal line. A lot of traffic there in the backfield. Big, strong throw from Piper, a little bit behind. And then how about that move? And then the cut right there. And then the burst of speed to get there. And you're right, it didn't look like his body was ever down on that. Doesn't matter now. It looked like he fell on the tackler. But either way, Columbia City puts it in for the score.
And it's a big start for the Eagles. You want to be that team that initiates the first pressure to make the other play caller get deeper into his playbook a little sooner than maybe they'd wanted.
Right.
And for Columbia City, it's just little wrinkles that maybe if you don't watch the team a ton, putting in your sophomore quarterback instead of your senior starter in those situations, the other team sees that and they're going down their call sheet going, whoa, what is happening right now? Why is this is a trick play? There's confusion, there's disarray, and it's just it's a different change of personnel to put the ball in the end zone quicker.
Yeah, hesitation just a little bit on something that's just 2 inches from the goal line. That's all it takes right there.
Exactly.
So the kickoff by Columbia City, and that is an absolute blast by Landon Urban. The junior puts it in the end zone for the automatic touchback. So Leo now with a little bit of pressure on their back after playing a very well first quarter, could not answer any points, but now they cannot afford to get a 3-and-out and get it right back to Columbia City because momentum right now is with the Eagles.
You're absolutely right, Tim, and that's the thing. Columbia City's defense is getting hungry a little bit now. They're a little more fired up, so Leo's got to sustain a drive. Little caveats that I love seeing, though, even on special teams there, they show an onside kick, bringing in that personnel and then kick it deep. Little things like that are going to be big in this game.
Obviously, two coaching staffs that know each other very well. 9-12. Decker in the shotgun. Two wide receivers at the far side. Lone to the near side. Decker will hand it. And not a lot there at all from Loeffler. And did get it back to the line of scrimmage. It will bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you love the defensive line shift there and how they're stopping that inside zone. And this is the thing about Jason Dorfler's offense that's so much fun to watch is he just, probes around. Where am I going next? Where am I going next? And then it's that initial strike. And Columbia City's got to stay cognizant of that here, and especially with their linebacking corps.
8:40, clock rolling here, 2nd and 10. Same formation, lone wide receiver to the near side is Zeisloff. Decker with Loeffler, puts a man in motion. They're going to pitch it out behind that motion. Good cut. Takes it out near the 30 and a nice strong tackle, but a beautiful 2nd down run and play call by Leo.
I love the call there. They've showed on film different sets, different offensive sets when they do that quick toss. So they bring across some motion and they run the same play out of it. And it's just enough of a caveat to get that separation like you talked about earlier, Tim. It doesn't take much for a half a yard to just be that step that you need to get maybe 5 to 7 positive yards out of it.
So that will bring up 3rd and 2. For Leo. 7:58 left in the second quarter. They spread him out again, 2 in the backfield, though. Is Decker and the pistol. He's going to hand to the lead. Good defensive penetration by the center of that line for Columbia City, and that's going to bring up 4th and 1.
You love the way the big dog Riley Tucker at 300 pounds, the Columbia City senior at D-tackle, and his buddy Cameron Heiser at 225, 5'11". Those guys really just pinched down there and sold out to that diver, that inside zone. And I love the play call there with the offset pistol, the over pistol, but Columbia City's ready for it. And, man, 4th and short again.
4th and short. Leo has their offensive unit into the ball game. This is huge if they do not get it. High formation, 1 wide receiver set, and we got a timeout called by Leo, I believe. Nope, it's going to be called by Columbia City, and the Eagles want to talk about it here on 4th and 1, up 7-0. We'll take a short break and be right back. SummitCitySports.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Toolshed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:05 left in this second quarter after a couple of beautiful Leo drives. Columbia City, disastrous 3 drives, went right down the field on the arm of Piper to score in to make it a 7-0 lead with 7:05 left. Now Leo, 4th and 1, lined up to go for it on their own 29-yard line. Columbia City burns a timeout, and it looks like Leo has not changed their mind.
Yep, I love the call for the timeout there. Don't jump off sides now, guys.
They hand it to I don't think he got it. The way good push.
Wow.
Beautiful secondary push by the Leo Lions, and they're going to get that first down.
That second push, like you called there, Tim, that chop those legs, keep your low center of gravity. I love the timeout call there by the Eagles. Make sure that we're set and we're ready.
Yep.
But, man, Dorfler rolls the dice, and I kind of agree with that call there. You may be inside your own 40 there, but, man, you can't let a 2-score game get away from you. So they're trying to sustain a drive here, let the defense catch their breath.
6:40, 1st and 10 for Leo. And the shotgun spread formation. Puts a man in motion, Zeisloft, and another flag and another 5-yard penalty on Leo.
And that's the thing for you fans watching at home. You're only allowed to have one motion man in any formation in football, and he cannot be attached to the line of scrimmage directly. And the problem that you've got there is when you send somebody into jet, a rocket, an orbit, tail motion, you name any of the hundreds of motions that there are, you've got to have everybody else set. And those officials are doing a wonderful job on both sides of making sure that everybody's set. And it's a fair game both ways. So these IHSA officials, sometimes we're hard on them, but they've done a really, really great job here so far tonight.
They will spread it out again. Same formation. Got man-to-man coverage, looking to pass. 1st and 15. They're going to have a quarterback draw. And maybe the wrong read there by Decker as they had Zeislov kind of unmarked out wide on maybe a long pitch, but didn't read it and take it up the middle. It's going to be a minimal gain, about 4-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Dominic Chacon on the great read right there with his buddy Arntz. That's a great read and react. They scrape down the way they need to. Let your eyes work for you in that linebacker position. Don't just sell out. They've showed that they'll go running back, quarterback, wide receiver. Anybody on this team can run, so you've got to let your eyes work for you.
2nd and 11 for Leo. Coach Dorfler, 5.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Going to put a man in motion in Zeislov. He's going to throw a pitch to him. How about the penetration? Number 20, you just mentioned him, Jake. Dominic Chacon, the senior.
That was absolutely impeccable. Outside containment. He took the perfect pursuit angle. You just can't teach better linebacker play than that. Wonderful, wonderful read and react skill.
Watch this replay here from Traction Athletic Performance.
And right there, boom, he steps in, scrapes down, doesn't fall for that pulling guard there. No dice. Shut it down.
That was outstanding read there from Chacon. Same formation for Leo. Pressure. He's hit as he low throw, and that is complete. No, the umpire is saying no, that hit the turf. So it's going to bring up 4th and 15 for Leo, and Decker took an absolute shot after that throw, and he is down at about the 16-yard line of Leo.
Wow. Coach Clark dials up some extensive pressure there, and hats off to Decker for staying in and delivering that ball. I really thought that he caught it, but hits the turf. Man, he did what he needed to do for his team there and deliver that strike and took the shot, and hopefully the wind's just knocked out of him and he get up and get back into this game.
Let's take a short break here as they tend to the outstanding quarterback for Leo, Summit City Sports.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, correction, injured player was the outstanding lineman in Colin Butler, and a nice punt under traffic. And look at the Leo Lion roll inside the 30, down at the 29-yard line, where Columbia City will take over 1st and 10, Jake.
Man, if Colin Butler, I hope that he's okay and he can get back in. That's a senior player at 6'3", 260 pounds. A lot of people are saying that he's a MAC-level player.
Yeah.
Would love to see him get back out here. Hopefully he's okay.
He did walk off under his own power, which is usually a good sign.
Yeah, and right now for Columbia City, people have been asking, is it going to be Decker or Piper that answers the call? And Colton Piper is really showing Indiana Wesleyan, St. Francis, and Trine what he can do out here tonight, and it's great to see.
He's thrown a couple on the money, out on a waggle. He's done a nice job as they hand it right up the middle. Another strip, another right hand got in there, and another fumble by Columbia City. Leo will take over, and the switch of momentum right here for the Lions.
Wow. Ball security right now is
looks like
key.
Arntz, too. Let's go to our Traction AP replay, Jake.
Got bunched up right there. A lot of people in the flex bin will call that kind of a midline play, so they drop in the first guy on dive and go to the second one, but they got such good penetration, they clogged it up, and the timing was off on the handoff. So big break for Leo, and they're right back on the field, man.
So the turnover battle back now, +1 for Leo. 3 in the backfield here with Decker. And this shotgun. Wow, how did he get through there? Did get a positive yardage on it, about a 2-yard. It is a 2-yard gain, and it does look like Colin Butler is out on the field here for Leo, so that's a good sign.
Very good to see. Yeah, and right there, they go to their number 2 back, Brett Fuller, in that pistol full house alignment. You've got a fullback behind and slot backs to each side. Yeah. Here they're showing it again, man. I love it.
2 wide receiver set along with that. They're spread. They're going to hand right up the middle to Loeffler and right into the back of his offensive line. Nowhere going as they bunched it up right over center.
It's such a cat and mouse game from the defensive coordinator position, because from the Leo side, they're shutting down the outside run game versus the last game, and now from Columbia City, they've got to shut down that interior inside zone run game, and the dive plays out of the pistol, the offset pistol, the over pistol, and the full house. So just such a great coaching mentality from both sides in this game.
3:20 left in this second quarter. 3rd and 8 for Leo. 4-down territory, I would assume. Man-to-man covers, has a guy beat. Throws it up, caught. Oh, he put the left arm, little chicken wing in for the score. Leo answers off the turnover, 7-6.
There's a guy right there. I believe that was Jackson Keller, the sophomore, 6'1", 200 pounds. That's some Michael Jordan-esque to the rim stuff right there, my friend.
And watch him reach out with the left arm with the ball as the official was standing right there. I don't know what they're talking about. If he called it, I mean, that's good unless he stepped out of bounds. Maybe that's what they're talking about. If the foot was out when it came down. Yep, that's exactly what they're calling. You can see the referee point to the 2-yard line.
Okay.
So now they're discussing it, as you can see, and I think they're going to mark it right inside the 2-yard line.
That is a huge effort by the wide receiver. Huge effort and a heck of a throw by Decker. I love the formation. I love the call. You call this a stop and go. You watch Keller stop. Boom. Nope, I'm stepping. So the outside linebacker there bites on it, and he gets the step over the top. And on the backside 22 there, just gets absolutely torched. Ian Stahl, and he's a heck of a player, so to get beat on that one, man, whew.
Jackson Keller, another one of those sophomore class studs here in Northeast Indiana. 3:07, 1st and goal inside the 2-yard line. They're going to hand the lead. Oh, wow, good push from Leo, and they will put it up 4-6. So 7-6, Leo on top as they answer in for the PAT to tie it up for Leo with 3:02 left.
And that's the thing when you start looking at the turnover game. Columbia City with 2 on the turf, Leo with 1 in the air. And that turnover battle is everything. And, if Columbia City can grind some clock there, could go into the half with a lead, and instead could be tied. We'll see.
Well, here we go. 3:02 left. And in for the PAT, late arrival is the left-booted kicker for Leo. And number 51, Riley Stewart. Beautiful hold. And the boot. He absolutely blasted that. So 7-7 is our score. What else? Why not?
Yep.
Why not?
And the Lion faithful over there, they've left the Lions' den to come to the bird cage. They're fired up. Man, you wouldn't expect any less here. This was not going to be a blowout from either side, and this is just as we get into these middle rounds of this slugfest, Tyson and Holyfield are trading jabs right now. Who's going to throw that big hook?
28-13 was that final from 3 weeks ago in conference play. Of course, Columbia City winning the Northeast 8 with a 7-0 record, giving Norwell their only defeat of the season in Northeast 8 conference play. But Leo answering the bell as momentum really shifted to Columbia City. They get that strip, and then they answer.
Absolutely, and 3 minutes is enough time for the Eagles to score again with this tempoed offense, but the problem is they're not able to get to the boundary yet this game, so Leo has really contained that, and when you're running interior run plays like they have been, you're not going to be able to get penetration down the field as quickly as you do getting to the outside, so interesting to see what the calls will be for the Eagles to try to get down the field and capitalize here before half.
Snyder does take the early lead against Northside. They are up 6-0. I didn't see if the PAT was good or not yet. You can watch that at SummitCitySports.com. We'll link you right to the Champions Network. And it's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line. They're going to give them the 26. Well, they'll start 1st and 10. 2 timeouts remaining and 2:55 left to go in the quarter.
Well, we'll see what adjustments Columbia City makes here on the offensive side of the ball. The big key is here just coaching points, the fundamentals of football, 3 points of contact, making sure you're running with the ball in your outside hand and making sure that the quarterback to running back exchange or center to quarterback exchange is tight and fluid. And those are the things that they've got to get right here quick and not let the game get away from them.
2:55, as we mentioned, 1st and 10. So that flex bone from Columbia City with one wide receiver set. He's to the near side. The handoff right in between the guard and tackle. Gain of about 2, maybe 2.5. Will bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Columbia City has a little trickery in the playbook, but, you know, one thing maybe as a halftime adjustment I'd be looking to see is, okay, they've shut down jet, and now we're selling the inside run. So can I sell inside run with a backside jet, something I've got to get outside eventually?
Piper hands. Oh, beautiful. Outstanding run and balance by Sievers to get it out to the 40-yard line to move the chains. 1st and 10. Clock stop 2:23 as they move them.
I love the call there. Just something different. Show that defense something different. Get them back on their heels, second-guessing themselves on their read and react at the linebacker position.
Columbia City with that fast momentum. Man in motion again, and
that's
we have
going to be a false start.
That will take them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Eagles with 2:08 left in this second.
Yep, and that's the thing with the tempo is making sure as your quarterback, everybody's set, even if you are running that high-tempo offense. So only 5 yards. We'll see how they can come out of that.
2:07. Let's see what they go with here. 1st and 15. Go with the wide receiver to the far side. Piper, a little traffic down low and a beautiful play. I believe that was number 6, Drew Baker, that broke through there and just swallowed that up.
If there was anybody on that Leo squad that is just so consistent, play in and play out, you know, Drew Baker and Alex Holcomb at the linebacking corps, just making every single play a money play defensively. And Columbia City kind of, you know, on their heels here. I think it's probably going to come down to trying to run the clock out a little bit, get it on the ground and grind it out to get to halftide.
Yeah, definitely do not want to give the ball back with any type of time for Leo. 1:15, clock rolling, 2nd and 15, deep in their own end. Oh, wide open, gets. He can make dudes miss. How about this? He's going to take it far side, goes through the tackle, and a beautiful hustle play by number 31 for Leo and Alex Holcomb.
And Holcomb has laid the boom. Wow. You know, gets with the great feet and great read-react skills from the running back position. But, you know, Holcomb's not going to give up that easy, and we keep playing on. 53 seconds.
3rd and 2. They're going to hand, and he pushes over the 50-yard line for the 1st down. They'll stop the clock while they move the chains. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line, 44 seconds for Columbia City.
Yeah, when the Eagles can kick 3-pointers, so if I'm Coach Fox, you know, with this 40 seconds, I want to use my timeouts getting down there, and if I can put 3 up, that's a big win for me.
34 seconds. 1st and 10. Another play out of the backfield. This one to number 26, Noah Pletcher.
Wow. That's a great call. 26.7 on the clock, and they're getting down into scoring range here. If they can get this ball inside of maybe the 15 or the 20 for the 3 points.
And we hear whistles. And a timeout call by Leo. 17.8 remaining in this second quarter. Decision time. Columbia City, they've been throwing the ball well.
Colton Piper has looked absolutely phenomenal, and mechanically, you know, maybe took some criticism over the last couple of games about certain situations, not getting his feet set in the pocket, and he's done a fantastic job of it tonight. And you love Columbia City utilizing, you know, the great play calling from Coach Fox and some of these crossing patterns that Coach Lewis Fuller's probably had some input in as a wide receiver himself. It's like, get these guys in space. We don't have to make the home run ball down on a seam route or a boundary route. We can get these guys crossing, mix up the linebackers, and get the ball down the field. And 17.8 seconds, Tim. Can they get it in close enough for a field goal or try to get another one over the top for 6?
It is beautiful. Leo will get the ball to start the second half as they won the toss and did defer to Columbia City. So a big 17 seconds as far as the end of this first half with the how you feel when you go into the locker room.
Yes, absolutely. That momentum is everything. Which squad can take that slight edge going into half?
So both squads with 2 timeouts remaining. Ball's on the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for Columbia City. Same formation. Piper under center. Play action on the little out. Fuller, but he was pressured. Needs to tuck it and get out. Or he'll just throw it out. That works the same. 10 seconds. 2 timeouts still.
Yeah, 7 seconds off the clock with that one. He didn't get the break that he wanted with his receiver. I like that he didn't try to force the ball and turn it over. But, man, they really need another chunk play to try to get in range to kick a three-pointer here.
Here comes Columbia City. Let's see what the play call here is with 10 seconds. 2 timeouts in your pocket, so you can go down the center of the field. No issues there.
I know Columbia City's, sold out to this heavy flex bone set, but if you could really send some guys down the field in a flood concept.
Yeah, 4 on the play clock. Are they letting this? So Columbia City will let the play clock roll all the way down and then burn a timeout. So 1 timeout left for Coach Fox and the Eagles, as we do have an update from Spooler in the second quarter. That is Class 5A. Northside up 14-12 over Snyder. What a rematch that is as well.
Wow. Coach Johnson, love his swag over there and what he does with the offensive side of the ball, and just a ton of playmakers for We the North, and Snyder too with a storied program. Obviously all tradition with North. Man, if they could win that game, that would be a huge win for their program.
Yeah, I believe they're looking for their 28th sectional in their history for Snyder, as they were just one behind of Dwenger, their arch rival, who they absolutely destroyed last Friday night in the opening round of 5A sectionals.
Well, I think CC is going to have time for about one more play here to try to get themselves set up to get a field goal, and they've got the wind with them, so that's an advantage. You really want to try to get 10, 15 yards here. Get down, get your timeout. You're not going to be too choosy about where that ball's spotted. You'd love to get it to midfield for your kicker, but you're going to take what they give you here.
They're going to spread out the wide out a little bit more. Man in motion again. Piper has got a pocket, throws it down the center, gets spin move, takes it inside the 5 and scores it. Getz is a man on a mission right now, receiving the ball.
Tim, you love it. So you get those crossing routes going, and then he turns it upfield and gets into that seam that we love so much. And what an epic dagger right there for Columbia City. And you see here, there's tail motion, boom, comes back, backside block, delivers the strike, comes outside in, back to the seam, and Getz is just on fire right now. After he laid one on the deck earlier, he says, not tonight, this is my championship, fellas.
How about the yak for Getz on a couple of receptions we've seen in the first half? He's been a difference maker, as you mentioned. A lot of kids can pout and sulk after making a mistake in a huge atmosphere and big ball game in a sectional final. But how about Getz? And not only that, Piper stood in that pocket strong, let the play develop, and found another open receiver.
Man, if you're Colton Piper, when you're going into halftime, probably got your cell phone off because you're focused, but when you turn that messaging back on after this game and you got Coach Abs and all the boys saying, hey, man, listen, I got the paperwork in the mail right now. Just go ahead and sign that name on the contract. Let's get you up here to the university. Let's get you going, bud.
So 14-7. That is going to be a whole nother feel right now going into halftime for both of these squads, as they do have, 3.8 left in this. And this has been booted in the back of the end zone on the last kickoff by Columbia City. This kid has absolutely got a boot. Crawford back deep for Leo.
Yep, Landon Urban's a solid kicker. I'd go squib here. I would definitely go squib here, get those 3 seconds off the clock and go home.
And they will high bounce.
Ooh.
Leo.
Oh, wow.
Just need to jump on it. And they will. And clock stop with 0.5 seconds left in this second quarter. Expect to kneel here, don't you?
Man, I would hope so. Get into this thing. Columbia City just all season long has found a way to just edge it out. They did it against Wayne. They did it against Norwell, and here they are. You don't want to jinx it early, but that is a monstrous, monstrous dagger that they just threw, an absolute javelin into the shield of the Leo Lions right before half.
What a beautiful play call, and Piper has absolutely stepped up here tonight in this sectional final. And now Leo and Columbia City, one more play left. And it looks like they will kneel it. So that will be the end of our first half. Columbia City with the huge play to end that second quarter. We're going to take a break, about 6.5. We'll come back and talk about that first half, plus some other scores around the area right here live at SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
Here.
I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We don't need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Columbia City High School at a Northeast 8 Conference rematch from just 3 weeks ago as Columbia City won that 28-13. Huge finish to that second quarter for Columbia City as they take the 14-7 lead to go on top of Leo to go into the break as the band outperforming right now at halftime here at sectional number 19 in Class 4A. Looking at that 6A matchup between Carroll and Warsaw. A lot closer game than most people expected. No question about that, as it was tied up at 10s the last time I saw there in the first half. Let's see if I can get you a new one here. About minute 40 left to go in the second quarter. It was tied up 10-10, Warsaw and Carroll in Class 5A, Northside and Snyder. Northside was up 14-12 over Snyder last I checked. In Class 3A, Norwell, and a tight one. Who would have expected this one as well? 21-14 right now over Yorktown in that second quarter. And I believe Lures was up a bit. Let's see if I can find you Lures. 27-14. Got a little help in the press box here. Lures on top right now of Eastside there in Butler, Indiana, Northeast Indiana. So Snyder looked like they did go for a 36-yard field goal just a minute or two ago by Nick Telementes. That was blocked by another one of those outstanding sophomores in Northeast Indiana, and the linebacker for Northside, Josh Masasu. So Snyder's 0 for 2 on PATs and 0 of 1 on field goals just in the first half. I can even do the math on that. That's 5 points left alone for for Snyder in that first half. So that's a huge, huge stat right there, if you do ask me. But an outstanding first half we've seen here, as this broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified of all our live events as they do happen. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team, specialized in serving every level of athlete, no matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury. Our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your journey, visit us at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Excuse me. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. At Ottenwater Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwaterContracting.com. Tom Seal Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Kelly Automotive, celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at DriveKelly.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. So halftime break here at Max Gandy Stadium in Columbia City, Indiana, home of the Columbia City Eagles, as they are on top of the Leo Lions 14-7, and a tremendous second quarter played by head coach Fox and his Eagle club, really getting away and staying out, losing the turnover battle, but right now on top of the scoreboard 14-7. So we're going to go ahead and step away momentarily and get back to this live action here, right here live at SummitCitySports.com.
I came into PSM my freshman year after volleyball. Just coming here just really improved mentally and physically. I brought in my strengths. I came in and I learned how to grow as an athlete. I mean, I've gotten stronger, sprint faster, get up higher. My jump has elevated. Working with Tyler, he built up my endurance for everything, whether it's in weights, sprints. All across the board, we just keep working, and I have athlete development at Warsaw High School that I go to, and so I send him my thing every day, and he changes what we do in here to adapt to what we do there. High school volleyball, when you can go up to 5 sets, being able to outwork everybody and still being able to put in that 100% was huge for me. PSM performance definitely helped me mentally. I know I can beat out people. I know I can work for what I have, and I know I can even go to the next level on the court. Looking at college, I can put on it. I'm training at a college level. I mean, I come in here and I watch college athletes train. You have hockey players, soccer. You look around and you see every type you can. Just being able to see that level, and I know that I can reach that level as well. You got to work to be the best, and that was just what I wanted to do. I knew that from a young age. I wanted to put in the work.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Columbia City, Indiana, Max Gandy Stadium in a Northeast 8 Conference rematch. This one, though, for the real tremendous hardware and a sectional champion to move on for the right for a regional final. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Mississinewa and Kokomo. Kokomo ranked number 6, and they were up, was it 22-7?
Yes, sir.
22-7 there. Well, supposedly, if Columbia City wins and Kokomo wins, it is still here in Columbia City. It didn't look like that way to me, but that's what all the prognosticator, HSA, and, of course, John Harrell, our main man.
Yes.
Couldn't do a lot of things without John Harrell. But great first half. Jake Smith here joining me. Tim Atkinson in the booth. Aiden Orth, of course, up top on the camera. Leo started well again, won the turnover battle as well in that first half, but Columbia City just made the adjustments there in that second quarter to put some points on the board.
They absolutely did, and I tell you what, you talked about the greatness of being here at the Columbia City Stadium at Max Gandy Athletic Complex, and one of my good buddies, Greg Bold, our quarterback of 4 years down at St. Francis. He's redshirted this year, is here in the house. Got to speak to him about his back surgery and his rehab, and sounds like maybe next season he's going to be looking for fighting for that starting job over there at Bishop Darcy Stadium. So great to see him, and yeah, I mean, Tim, what a county game out here. You know, it really looked like Leo came into this game just completely prepared and was just going to put it on Columbia City early in that. They really owned the majority of the first quarter, and Columbia City, kind of being able to bend but not break. But the turnover game, I think, has been the story here. Obviously Stratton Fuller making a highlight reel pick in the back corner of the end zone. That was insane. But Columbia City's backs, if they don't turn the ball over twice there, they're 14-0 right now instead of 14-7. So Leo capitalizes on a turnover, and you'd think that the nerves are shaken out. Now you've had a good halftime to talk things over and calm yourself down, recollect, refocus, and come out here, and you would think that the turnovers will slow down in the second half, and that's going to be the story of the second half of this game.
Well, the key is, you cannot go down 2 touchdowns here. Leo will get the ball to start this second half as they won the toss and did defer, but you cannot afford a 3-and-out here against Columbia City, and if they get on the board again with not the huge explosive down the field type of passing game that Leo has not developed yet in Coach Dorfler's first year, they would be really playing uphill against these Columbia City Eagles.
Yeah, and just an evenly matched game, and everybody, it's a cliche saying, like you'd said earlier, Tim, that, well, it's tough to play somebody twice. It really is, because you've shown 75% of your cards. You've showed the majority of your playbook. And you may have a couple wrinkles, you may have a couple pieces of trickery in there, but the majority of the game, has already been decided when both teams just kind of showed up and got off the bus. And it's what is that other, 15 to 25% of those in-game adjustments and those wrinkles. And we saw that when Leo tried to take the jet motion with Landon Hepner and toss one deep down the field. You've seen that with Columbia City a little bit with a little trickeration on their midline reads, and could be part of the reason there when Severs got jammed up on that handoff. But, I think both coaches still have one ace in the hole we haven't seen yet. What's it going to be, I don't know. But this is a sectional championship, so they're going to lay it all out on the line. 2 top-tier coaching staffs. Nobody's going to leave here without all 5 cards laid on the table.
So 24 minutes left in regulation to decide who will win sectional number 19. Will it be the Leo Lions or the Columbia City Eagles? We're going to take a 1 minute, get set for this second half right here live at SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Ever
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to go ahead and flip on into the third quarter. But before I do, I got to get my billboards up there right, make sure our sponsors got as much love as they deserve. None of this would be possible, of course, without our sponsors here with SummitCitySports.com. If you're interested, business owners out there, friends, family, whoever it is you know, let them know. We have all types of sponsorship package as wait till our high school basketball season really gets going, as we started it last week, and really starts prepping up after Thanksgiving. So here we go. Third quarter action. A little squib, up man, takes it, and it's absolutely drilled, but still keeps the legs churning. Did number 1, Aiden Furnish. And another good field position to start the drive for Leo here, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, and Furnish is a dog too, man. He's a big dude. They'll put him at defensive end. They'll put him as an up man, sometimes tight end. I mean, he can do it all. So he took a big shot there, maintains possession, and here we go, Tim. 14-7, second half rolling, my guy. Here we go.
This is ultra-important drive. Plenty of time left, but for the play and the feel of this third quarter, it starts right here for Leo. 4 wide receiver set trips to the near side. Decker. Oh, that's a false start by the wide receiver here in the slot. Just no excuse for the receiver. That's 20 yards away from the ball to jump on the hard count. That was obviously planned and talked about at halftime, that they were going to come out on that hard count, and then your wide receiver jumps.
That is a shaky start, and like you said, that's not something you just came to the line of scrimmage and decided. That was talked about at half. And, man, you just take a deep breath. Still a one-score game. Get your nerves resettled. Let's get into it.
So 14-7. We're going to go ahead and redo this first down. 1st and 15 for the Lions. Same formation. Trips near side. Lone wide receiver to the far side. Decker in this shotgun. Yeah, man-to-man coverage throughout. They're going to run option. Not a lot there. How about the team defense on the edge with Arntz and, of course, number 24, Ethan Sievers, combined for a tackle and a loss.
Man, you just love the way that these backers are scraping. I love the way that Stahl came up and run support there. You know, other than the one mistake earlier, Ian Stahl's been a very, very big dude for Columbia City. You know, your typical county ball build, 5'11", 170-pounder as the junior, but that's a great start so far for Columbia City. It's a deep second down here.
I'll try to get a replay in there, but it's stuck on me. We'll get back to the live action. Twin wide receiver set to the far side. They're spread. Lone to the near side. Decker in the pistol again. He's going to waggle out wide on the move. Good throw. The catch and tackled immediately. A good tackle right at the point of catch, but it's going to be a 7-yard gain, and it'll make it manageable. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 for Leo.
I didn't see if that was Zeisloft or shot.
I think it was 9.
9 would be shot, so great crossing pattern there. Get the ball to your playmakers.
3rd and 8. We'll hurry up here from Leo. Then they look sideline. Trips near side. Lone wide receiver to the far side. Same formation they've been running. They get a little hand signals out wide there from Coach Dorfler. Checking the wristbands. They're going to flip-flop. Loeffler to the right hip of Decker. 11:05. 3rd and 8. And the shotgun takes a snap. Blitz comes off the edge. Man-to-man coverage. 50-50 ball and threw it in between 2 intended receivers. Columbia City couldn't get to it, but it doesn't matter. 4th and 8. The Eagle defense did exactly what they wanted to start this third quarter.
Man, I like the play call there. They flooded one side. You love those air raid concepts, but Stahl plays it great. I love his effort to try to lay out for it and intercept the ball. But, man, bad break for Leo to start. This is a time you need a great punt, great field position change, and your defense to step up big and not to let the Eagles run away with this thing.
So 4th and 8, they got a punt. Pair of Eagles back deep as that's Landon Ruoff to kick, a sophomore for Leo. High snap, good catch. Beautiful spiraled kick, fielded inside his own 20. How about Getz? He's just got quick twitch as he is at the point of contact, caught it and bounced. Bro, it's just special. It's special athleticism.
Just to have the instincts like that, you love to see it, and just typical thing. Size and strength in football is obviously a big thing, especially in college recruiting. But there's just some things you can't teach. And James Getz is a junior at 5'6", 170 pounds, so it's like me catching the ball out there and running, Tim. I mean, he's a little guy, but when he puts his foot in the turf and cuts up, he's gone, man.
Oh, that's a great. A great visual you just played right there. Pictured you toting the ball there, Jake. Here we go. Piper under center, right up the middle. I believe that's Arntz. Just got to hang on to the ball here. And he does a really good job of spinning out of that first hit. It almost feels it and spins the opposite way. I kind of flunked physics, but I know there's something involved with that.
and that right there is the midline read that I love that Columbia City runs. And this is the play they fumbled on earlier when Leo congested at the defensive line. And you see when Columbia City's O-line can get that push and that great step that they have the depth that they need to hand the ball off in that direction.
Second and short. The hand Arntz. Arntz has a gap near the 50-yard line, and the strength still moving, tiptoes down the sideline. And he will go out of bounds in Leo Lion territory. Ball looks like it'll be spotted at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for Columbia City.
My goodness, I feel like Tony Dungy's out here calling it Allstott, A-Train up the gut. Derek Brooks, where you at? This is just wonderful, wonderful run game by the Eagles here, and they're setting the tone to start the second half.
1st and 10, Piper back under center. I like that. Arntz, real quick. We got a flag here, 2 of them thrown at the same spot. So 2 referees seeing it here, the white hat and his partner out there. They're going to meet up, make sure they have the same call. A little nod, head nod. I can even go with that. That was a yes. They're going to mark the penalty right near the 50. Jeez, that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. That's going to back them up near the 40.
That's a big break for the Lions there on the defense. You just love hearing the chirpiness of both the student sections over there. We've got coordinated chants. Both cheerleading squads are going off. I mean, sectional finals, man, all the stops are on now.
This place is absolutely packed. People lined up around the fence. Got the bag chairs to the right of the stadium. The Leo Lion crowd is completely jammed over there. And, of course, these Columbia City fans packing the house here in Columbia City. That's Arntz in motion. They're going to hand back at this misdirection near side to Getz. Getz will set on the tackler, and then good help. Good help. Minimal gain, about a yard, maybe 2. But Getz, just great balance he does have.
Great job by the officiating crew there for getting his forward progress, and great effort by Getz. But talk about this Leo Lions defense a second. That D-line is just trench warfare, and the linebackers over the top, some of the best in the business.
Yeah, they've been playing well and started the ball game, as you mentioned a couple times, with a great game plan on defense. Just Columbia City's made the 1 or 2 more plays, and nothing happening there on that quick hitter. He'll be tackled near the 45-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd and long, Jake.
Man, just great work by the Lions defense. Just a lot of selfless play there. You know, in the trenches, it's so great for them to have Lucas Sharon back. He's an A-gap nightmare. You know, they're going to put him in that 1 or 2 hole, you know, from the offensive side of the ball and just stuff it and force Columbia City to make some adjustments here. So 3rd and a country mile coming up.
3rd down and 17 for the Eagles. Piper under center. Arntz, in motions with Sievers. Play action to Arntz up the middle, and nothing happening. Has to throw it away. Does Piper. And 4th and 17, punting unit comes on. So Leo defense comes up big to stop that first drive for Columbia City with 8:33 left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. The Lion defense rising to the occasion there. You know, Aiden Mons, Alex Holcomb, Drew Baker, their complement of backing core just really motoring down and making the tackles, and the penalty there cost big for the Eagles.
As it normally does. Now back deep. Ooh, good pressure. Piper, nice kick away from the returner, and a beautiful Columbia City bounce inside the 20 and be down at about the 19-yard line. That's an outstanding kick under pressure.
You got to love when your QB can step in there and drive a ball like that. And he may not have that end-over-end principle, but I tell you what, that knuckleball works getting it out to the boundary over there. So great work to change the field position here and avert a major crisis after the holding call.
Yeah, that could have been huge. So now they at least win this field position. They'll give Leo the ball on their own 19-yard line to start their 2nd drive of the 3rd quarter. Here comes Leo. Decker. They're going to go 3 wide receiver set, twins near side. They're spread. Decker in the shotgun. Man in motion is shot. And the pitch. Oh, wow. Great coverage. Great coverage. You had Arntz out there that slowed it up, and then number 7 for Columbia City came big, and that's Cohen Payne.
And Payne's had a heck of a season, too. That's the big thing, you know, a little bit of a misstep there by Leo, but a wonderful job for 2 players to come back there and keep that containment, get the man down.
So that halftime score for Carroll Warsaw in 6A was 13-10 Carroll. Northside and Snyder halftime score 14-12 in 5A. Here in 4A, 14-7. Leo with the ball, second possession in the third quarter, across the middle. Oh, through the hands. Right through the hands of his intended wide receiver was Jackson Keller, the sophomore. A beautiful throw right there from Decker.
Man, and Cohen Payne wishes he had a second shot at that when the 6'3", 180-pound junior back there at free safety. Ball goes right through his hands, but, you know, sometimes you're focused on the coverage, and he was never expecting that ball to be there.
Of course not. And that was a beautiful look on a little post route. 7:41, clock stopped on the incompletion. 3rd and 12 for Leo. Fuller's going to flip-flop the sides of the field. He's going to come near side. Oh, it's a DB. Decker waggles out right, steps into the throw, and it came short, but that route, he stopped his route at 10 yards and came back the 3 yards, which is the difference in a non-first down. They'll bring up 4th and 3, and are they going for it here?
Wow, this would be a risky call if they did.
4th and a long 2. Let's see what head coach Dorfler, Decker, it's the play call. He'll head back to the huddle.
They brought Mons on, so they're looking to go jackhammer here.
Crowd gets live here for Columbia City. 7 minutes, clock rolling, jumbo set. Decker under center. Decker turns hands, not a lot on that right side. And not even close. Not even maybe a yard. And what a huge play by this Columbia City defense, Jake. They take over in a great position.
That was absolutely gutty. Just, if Coach Ron Fricke's watching somewhere, he's jumping up and down. That's an old school, just dominant defensive front from Carnahan, Tucker, Heiser, and Tim, just getting gutty when they need to. My goodness.
Look at the Traction Athletic Performance replay. They try to go to that right side, and look at the traffic right there, and there was nowhere to go, Jake.
Just wonderfully coached right there. Stacked backers just coming down and gap filling. The read and react, perfect timing. Couldn't ask for anything better. Now can the Eagles capitalize here and break away?
6:50 in this third quarter. The handoff on the end around to Getz. Getz has been special when he's been held. Oh, they're going to get a late flag thrown behind the play by the white hat. I think this is coming back 10. It is.
Yep, and you saw it to the outside.
Yep.
It's, again, you love to see them call the jet there because they've tried it a couple of times and been shut down. But Leo is getting such penetration. Right. They're so out of position when they're outside on the pulling guard or tackle there and just out of position. And, man, just the wind out of your sails on a holding call. And they're right back to where they were in the last possession. So they've got to change up the play calling here to try to capitalize.
6:43 left to go in this third quarter. Ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. It's 1st and Warsaw for Columbia City. High formation. One wide receiver to that 4 side.
Wow.
Big fella. That's number 71. That's happened a couple of times. Has Tristan Roberts, another sophomore here in the state of Indiana that's absolutely ripping it.
Man, at 285 pounds, he's so athletic for his size. And when you want 2 just interior defensive tackles that are just monster mash guys, Tristan Robert and Lucas Sharon, both of those guys blue chip recruits.
Second and long, call it 22, 6 minutes. On the end, around, can it get through? Oh, was that it came up with the stick? I believe that was number 31 for Leo. That could have went another couple of yards, but it stopped all the momentum when Alex Holcomb came up to lay the wood.
Gosh, just the patience of these linebackers, and that's on both sides of the ball. You know, Drew Baker and Alex Holcomb, if you took this highlight film tonight and you wanted to coach your kids on how to play the linebacker position from inside out the right way, these are just 2 top-tier linebacking guys playing for the Leo Lions here.
3rd and long for Columbia City. They fake that motion around, got through. Oh, good chip block. Or that. This has got to be intentional grounding, yeah? Yeah, he's definitely in the pocket, and I don't know if that's part of high school rules. In the pocket, is it?
That's a good question, Tim. I'm not too familiar. I think I see Laundry on the field.
Yeah,
he was out of the tackle box, but I don't even know if it got back to the line of scrimmage.
That could be it right there. That's a good call, Jake. Yeah, now that I'm rethinking it, that was definitely shy of the 40-yard line is what the line of scrimmage was. So it will be 4th and down and a 10-yarder. So back them up. Now they're 4th in Plymouth, not Warsaw. Wow.
Yeah, Leo gets bailed out again by the holding call, and that's something that Columbia City has struggled with earlier on in the season was illegal shift from the tail motion and a lot of the backside holding stuff. So hopefully they can adjust for that here as the second half goes on.
14-7 is the score as Columbia City with an outstanding 1-minute drive to end the second quarter. With Getz taking it inside the 1, eventually scoring did Columbia City, but now we're punting here on every possession to start it, and another good kick. And Zeisloff steps out of bounds after getting a little pop right there, but tremendous kicking here from Piper.
Big time. He's had a great leg, and you love Zeisloff. Zeisloff's a MAC guy. I think Ball State's got eyes on him in some other MAC schools, and I love his game. He is a gritty dude. And they use him all over the field, special teams, offense, defense, you name it, he's out there. So what can Leo do now?
Yep. That's Camden Zeisloff. Jake's talking about the junior, wearing number 5 on that recept. Now 5 minutes left, 1st and 10 for Leo. Let's see with Coach Dorfler. So he did not get burned on that 4th and 2 call on the turnover on downs. It's got to be a sigh of relief for the coaching staff. Now back to business. Spread formation. Decker in the shotgun. He's going to go play action. Waggle out wide right. Still on the move. Still moving. He'll tuck it. He'll gain about 2 yards as he's pushed out of bounds right in front of the Leo's sideline. Will bring up 2nd about 8.
That's one thing about Kyler Decker. He really, he's got quick feet. He keeps the ball up high and tight where you want him to, and he showed this in a few games this year, especially against East Noble.
Yeah.
When you think he's back, tight in the tackle box and he takes off, he's going to chip you up 2 or 3 yards at a clip.
So here we go. 2nd and 8. Same formation, it's spread. Decker's giving some hand signals out wide. In the shotgun. Loeffler on his left hip. Straight pass. Across the middle. Got one.
Wow.
Went up there and grabbed it, and that's the outstanding sophomore and shot.
When you need big plays, sometimes you just got to go back to the drawing board and say, what was the simple stuff that we know how to do? Okay, we got a guy that's bigger, faster, stronger, and more athletic than everybody. Let's just send one down to him and see if he can jump up and get it.
Going hurry up is Leo. We'll jump out of that. Zeisloff catch on a nice throw from Decker. Decker looking at a hard count. Now we'll look to the sideline for the adjustment. Spread formation. Signals here. Checks the wristband one more time. 4:24 left in this third quarter. Puts a man in motion. And the little jet sweep on the pitch. Zeisloff makes one miss and finally dragged down. But that could have been dangerous. He's near that first down marker. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 41, so it'll bring up 2nd and 1. That's a beautiful play.
Yep, they love the jet motion. They love to get the jet sweep out of the backfield sometimes, and Zeisloff's a guy to do it. Very, very quick feet, great field awareness and vision.
2nd and 1 for Decker. Same formation, it's spread. Decker. Takes a shotgun snap, play action. I don't know if that was busted or he didn't have a grip on the ball to be able to hand it off because he knew right away that he was in trouble once he didn't get that handoff off.
Absolutely. Did the best he could to get a yard backer, so that's a big break for Columbia City, and let's see if they bring the heavy package in here, see if Mons comes back on the field.
So it will be 3rd and 2, and if you know anything about what you've seen this game, 4-down terror, he's going for it.
you got that right, Tim.
On the plus side of his field, Coach Dorfler is not going to have any issues with going for it here, so maybe expect 2 runs if needed here. 3:05 left to go in the third quarter. Trips far side. Lone wide receiver to the near side. Loeffler on the right hip of Decker. Big third down play here in the third quarter. They're going to pass it. Beautiful look to shot. I'm telling you, he's throwing the ball on the money, on the move. So has Piper. These two quarterbacks have looked very impressive here tonight.
Yeah, when we broke down the game, we said, could the game be put in both these quarterbacks' hands, Colton Piper and Kyler Decker respectively? And Decker comes in with about 1,160 yards in the air, about 58% efficiency. His touchdown to interception ratio is probably a little slanted from where you'd want it, but he is dealing tonight.
Trips near side, lone wide receiver to the far side, 2:48. Clock stop. They're going to change it up again. Decker. Handoff. Good cut. Beautiful little shake from Loeffler, and he's going to take it the distance from 31 yards out. How about the little shimmy by the wide Loeffler?
Man, he is a guy he's a shifty back, and you've got to wrap up those tackles. If you're going in with an arm, he's going to break it.
Traction AP replay. And watch the vision here on the patience from Leo. Watch this little shake here. Boom, that cut. That was that cut in the backfield that really sprung him. Then the arm tackle is not going to work on Loeffler. He'll take it in from 6 now for the tie. Riley Stewart for the PAT to tie it up, and that is between the uprights. We got ourselves another tie. 14-14, 2:40 left. Outstanding third quarter start.
You love it, Tim. You love it. And you can tell these Lions fans, they're some of the best. There was never a doubt. They didn't think this game was over just yet. And the penalties hurt in Columbia City right now. And that's the thing, putting the ball on the ground twice and 2 or 3 monster holding penalties. You had the chop block and the 2 holds that have really been kind of the telltale here of why they haven't really just exploded away with the score so far.
Yeah, we're tied up now 14-14. Looks like close games all around for our 260 squads here in Northeast Indiana. A lot of close games all around in every class, from Carroll Warsaw to 6A down. I got to get an update on that Lures East side. I think they were up 10 last time I checked. Not even sure if that's online, to be honest with you. But most of those games getting into the second half right now, as now Leo will kick it deep.
Yeah, the big news out of that East Side game was that Carson Jacobs, their stud quarterback, also free safety, got hurt on the defensive side and may be out.
Yeah, that's huge. Huge. So here we go. Leo to kick. 2:40 left in the third. Low line drive end over end. Caught inside the 10-yard line. Fuller wants to bounce it wide again. Number 31, Alex Holcomb.
Alex Holcomb and Drew Baker just over and over and over.
Great kickoff coverage, because Fuller looked like he had a lane there momentarily. Next thing you know, you saw the back of 31 and the momentum was stopped. But they will start first and 10 on their own 30, as Leo does answer here in the third quarter to tie it up. Piper will get the call, head back to the huddle. First and 10.
What can Columbia City do here? They've got to get some momentum back. Leo strikes. Here we go.
The handoff over that right guard. Tackled from behind. Beautiful play by number 75, Lucas Sharon. Talked about him several times here tonight, Jake.
Yeah, it's a difference maker for them to have him on the D-line. That is as big for them as getting 23 Ethan Crawford back here a couple of weeks ago.
Great, yes.
And Lucas Sharon is just an absolute unit, type of guy you want in the trenches, and he's just showed out so far tonight.
Piper under center. Misdirection comes against this side. And good play by number 6 defensively was Drew Baker again for Coach Dorfler and his Lions. We'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Columbia City they've got to find another way to attack these backers. Right now, the Leo Lions linebacking core has just been everything that they've been talked about all year and then some. And and Holcomb and Baker just play after play grinding it out, and this is a huge, huge money down for the momentum shift, and you'd think a passing play.
Minute 25, clock rolling. Piper will wag. Is that a fumble or a? That's going to be an incomplete pass. But that should be another intentional grounding. Oh wow, there's nobody by him. Definitely didn't get to the line of scrimmage. And I think the boos are coming from Leo.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it. Traction AP replay. Waggled out far side. Yeah, I don't know how that's not.
Yeah, that was a little more obvious than the last one, I think.
I believe so, yeah. So maybe caught a break there, did Columbia City. Either way, they're punting. 1:19 left in this third quarter. Well, yeah, that knuckler got caught up in the wind a little bit, and a good fair catch to not let it bounce again by Leo. And how about that sportsmanship right there shown? That was tremendous between Arntz and Zeisloff. Look at the respect by both squads.
Absolutely. These guys just top-class programs, as far as sportsmanship, fans traveling well, you're just not going to see anything better than this. So it's really cognizant of what we saw last year in the battle between East Noble and Leo in the regular season game, and then getting to go back up there and call it in the sectional quarterfinal, I think it was. Just top-class coaching staffs, and we've been saying all week it's going to be a one-score game to get this thing, and towards the end of the third quarter, minute 13, and we're tied up.
Shaping up just as that. That's Jake Smith on the color. Joining us here in the booth. Here we go. Leo, spread formation. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Man in motion. There you go, play action too, and man-to-man coverage out wide. Threw it right down the center and dropped.
Oh, no.
Looked to turn up field. Did number 3, Lucas Collins, the sophomore. Ouch.
Yes, he obviously wants that one back, and it was nothing but green grass in front of him, and just, so many people at home are going, how can you not catch that? You just don't understand those little mental breakups, miscues that happen. As in his mind, he's going, man, okay, I'm seeing the end zone up there. If I can just, dang it, you got to look it in first, and it's a mistake he won't make again.
So incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, but another good first down play. Just couldn't get it executed. Trips far side, lone wide receiver to the near side. They're going to go option. He's going to cut it back against the grain. Decker on the move, nearing the 30, is angled out of bounds at the 25-yard line, but a great read by Decker to go back against the grain for the big pickup.
And I love just the mental toughness of Kyler Decker. He's, everybody in the media, even from time to time, myself included, going, man, his touchdown to interception ratio is high. He turns the ball over a lot. Sometimes it seems like the game gets too big for him, and that's not the case. Coach Dorfer says, man, I trust you. Go out there, sling the rock, make some plays, prove them wrong, and he's got the swag right now, man. He's unstoppable for the moment.
Twins far side, lone wide receiver to the near side. Decker again with Loeffler on the left hip. Little offset. He wants to bounce it wide. Cuts it back in. Inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5. It's tackled. Touchdown, Leo. Back-to-back scores for the Lions. They are absolutely rolling, folks.
Man alive. Loeffler is just putting the team on his back and rolling. A great play by Decker. Sets it up, gets him inside. And you just love it. You see it right here, Tim. This is Coach Dorfler's spread offense, and this is one of the easiest offenses to coach and learn, but it's just inside-outside. So his first read's inside, the gap is clogged, so you bounce it out. You got green grass in front of you. What's your athleticism play?
Wow, that's outstanding stuff by Leo to start this third quarter. 49 seconds left in it. Back in to kick for the PAT is Riley Stewart. Decker on the hold. Gosh, goodness gracious. That kid can boot it.
Wow.
So 21-14 is our score. 49 seconds left. I'm going to take a short one. SummitCitySports.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Toolshed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 49 seconds left in this third quarter before we move on anymore. Of course, we want to say good luck to the volleyball programs of Blackhawk Christian and the Belmont Braves as they vie for a state title in Muncie, Indiana at Ball State University tomorrow. So good luck to Blackhawk Christian and Belmont. Go get it done, ladies.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Also, Duke, got to say Yorktown as well, also in state. Yorktown, I mean, when you look at those three programs in volleyball, you're talking about three powerhouses. Yorktown, absolutely known for their volleyball. Oh, beautiful move back to Gates, and another nice tackle out in space. This one was by number 23, Ethan Crawford.
Crawford has just been an absolute gamer for him. Man, just the cat and mouse game, the in-game adjustments, and here we are, and now Columbia City on the ropes a little bit.
Yes.
And quickly the tide has turned. You know, it was, can they break this away? The holding penalties hurt them, and they've got to get a sustained drive going here. And the way Loeffler's running, you've got to keep that ball out of his hands for a while.
First and 10. Piper under center. Hands to Arntz up the middle. Going to get a nice gain on first down. Cuts it in half. Oh, he kept going. Ooh, another 2 yards after that contact. It's going to be about 3 yards shy. We're going to call it forward, 2nd and 6.
Just a gritty run right there by Arntz. Man, 25 seconds and counting here. See if they get another playoff by the end of the third quarter. Positive yardage. Good start for the Eagles here.
Update from Spooler. North side starts that third quarter with Bodie Dickerson to Jamari Pearson to go up 21-12. Bodie Dickerson, one of the slept-on recruits that I've seen over the past 10 years covering high school football.
I'll tell you what, got to see him at the Traction AP Showcase, and that dude is built like an absolute unit, working with Antoine Taylor at the QB Matrix, and you can tell, just top-notch quarterback play by Bodie.
So here it is, the end of the third quarter. Leo with an outstanding one. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Aiden North on the camera. Jake Smith joining me. Tim Atkinson here in the booth. Columbia City on second and 3. We'll take it near the 30. He's going to be about a yard shy, so another big third down play upcoming for the Eagles.
And just, again, there goes the senior, 5'10", 205 pounds, Drew Baker, the outside linebacker for Leo, and just continues their great read-react, the great first step intangibles that he has, and just continues to scrape down and make plays. Big money down for Columbia City here.
Third and short, under center, quarterback sneak, and he got a great push. Found that little gap left of the center, fell through for about a 4-yard gain on that.
Yeah, that right there, that's one of the biggest plays of the game when you go back and watch this film, because they've got to get a sustained drive going here and just get the gas going again, get the pedal down, and just keep the chains moving and let things happen.
2-1 answer scores. Piper, double coverage, but a beautiful route by Fuller.
Oh,
and of course,
man.
He's just going to go up and grab that ball, Jake.
I think Showtime goes into half and he says, Coach, can I just get 1 or 2 huddle highlights? I need them to see me. I need these colleges to see me. Why not send them one deep? And those are the types of just great break plays that Stratton can give you, and some of the passing concepts that Coach Fox and his father Lewis have put in. So here we go, Columbia City battling back.
Double play action, then goes up to Fuller. Back to the live action. They hand off right up the middle. And it'll be a gain of about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2. Maybe a little extracurricular after the whistle. But nothing called there. No flags thrown. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
Yeah, you just can't say enough about Josh Arnson, his approach to the game and how hard he plays. You know, that's the toughest 2-yard run you're going to see.
100%. 100%. 10.5 left. 21-14. Leo on top. Man in motion again. They're going to hand it to Severs. Severs makes a good cut to get in some space, and then another tackle out wide again by Leo will bring up 3rd and about 6.
Columbia City finally gets the outside block that they want on the jet, but even then, Leo continues to just scrape down and just clog up those outside zone lanes, man.
They'll call it 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Most likely 2 plays you're looking at here for Columbia City going into that, knowing that can change up your first play. Under center, man in motion. Piper under pressure. They go back here to the screen. Oh, read beautifully by Aiden Furnish. He's had a couple of nice reads, and that's going to be a loss.
You love the call there. They go to the big-bodied Peyton Shearer, kind of a little underside screen or a sniffer play, as some people may call that. And, man, Leo's ready for it. How can you get defensive line penetration and still have your linebackers play over the top that well? Just impeccable.
It's just tremendous. Didn't get enough release, it looked like. Away from the traffic was Shearer, but a good play defensively. Now it's 4th and 7 for the Eagles. 9 minutes, clock rolling. Piper looking to throw on the out and just too far ahead of Fuller, and a turnover on downs. Now Leo in the absolute driver's seat with 8:56 left, and that ball on their own. What are they going to put it at? They're at the own 33-yard line for Leo.
Man, bad break there. Stratton definitely made the break. That thing would have went to the house. But it's the toughest, easiest route concept to run, but the toughest to throw. And it's game break time for the Eagles defense here. They've got to get the stop.
Here we go. Probably put it on the ground to get the clock rolling here. They do to Loeffler. Loeffler found a hole. Got it near the 45 and outside the 45. Tackled at the 48. And a beautiful first down play for Loeffler and company.
Man, and 5'7", 175 pounds. This is a type of runner that as the game goes on, he gets stronger.
Yes.
And he's heating up right now. It's like, if you're any of those kids that played Nintendo 64 and you played NBA Jam and you started hitting 3 or 4 3-pointers in a row and you start getting on fire, give it to Gary Payton on the outside. That's Loeffler, and they've got to shut him down here.
I'm on fire.
He's on fire.
28-22 left to go in this fourth. Trips near side. Lone wide receiver to the far side. Decker. Hands Loeffler again. Gain of about 3. Tackled near the 50. They're going to mark it at the 49. 2-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 8.
Man, just impeccable running, just chipping away 2-3 yards a clip and just grinding that clock down under 8 minutes now. And Leo's in the driver's seat. Columbia City's got to answer.
7:50, clock rolling. They're going to take it all the way down, I'm sure. 14 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 8. Trips far side, lone wide receiver to the near side. Decker with Loeffler. Man in motion. Here's Collins. Checking that with Zeislaw. Oh, great move, but we're going to have a hold.
Yes, absolutely.
Good penetration by number 79 for Columbia City, Riley Tucker, that led to that holding call.
That's a big break for the Eagles that they needed, and credit to 79, Big Riley Tucker, the 5'11 senior, 300 pounds. That was great penetration that caused that, so all credit to him. But, man, you needed something on the Eagles side, and maybe that was it.
That was absolutely huge. A little breath of fresh air and a little, hey, maybe it's our turn for things to go right with 7.5 left. It's a 1-score ball game. Leo now back deep. 2nd and 17 officially here. Clock rolling just under 7.5.
Now I saw Eden Mons check back in, and that's somebody that they'll show in a power set but could dribble him out on a passing play as well, so watch out for him.
This formation has worked a couple of times. Puts a man in motion. With Zeisloff, the hand to Loeffler. Loeffler, good blocking again by Leo. Is going to take it out +1 of the original line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd and 9. So an 8-yard gain, and we have a Columbia City player down injured. Didn't see the number. He's laying right there at the 44-yard line. And, of course, we're going to step away real quick here, ladies and gentlemen, as they tend to the outstanding Columbia City player, SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Chacon, who did walk off under his own power, the senior Dominic Chacon. So hopefully he can get back in this ball game for Columbia City. Back to the action, 3rd and 9, 6:45 left in the 4th quarter. Shotgun. They're going to hand back to Loeffler against the grain, and a good tackle. I believe that was number 55 for Columbia City, and Cameron Heiser, the senior.
Man, tough call here. I mean, as good as your defense has been playing, I'm going to kick it away.
Turn right,
absolutely, bury him deep.
Yep.
But, man.
So opportunity and a great job by Columbia City to bend a little bit on that drive, but they will get the ball back for their squad. 6:10 left, plenty of time, both teams with 3 timeouts. Landon Ruoff to punt. Ruoff, nice high kick, angled, fielded at the 16, 17-yard line. Fuller, I don't think he saw him from behind. That could have been a strip, and a good job by Fuller, the sophomore, to be strong and hold on to that ball. That will be 1st and 10 for Columbia City. That's right in front of them here, Jake, with 5:51 left.
Man, and it's danger time here. The Eagles have got to get something going. And, credit to Fuller for collecting that ball and looking it in, because, gosh, these backers that come down the field just – for the Leo side are absolutely taught so well on that wrap up and punch technique, and that ball can hit the deck at any point. So here we go.
1st and 10. They'll start the drive on their own 25. A lot of blockers here near side. Sievers cut it against the grain. Good recovery and pursuit by number 23 for Leo Crawford. Now that could have went a lot further. Good run that time and play call by Coach Fox and Sievers.
Yep, nice 7-yard gain there to start things off, and that's the thing, just get that momentum back. You've got yardage to gain, just, all gas, no brakes here. They got to roll.
5.5 we're just under. And in motion, and saying they're going to go. Arns has some space.
Oh, wow.
Good job to trip him up out wide.
That was a wonderful counter call to the outside, and you love how Arns runs because he knows he's not faster than some of these guys, so he runs at him first, to get that break. But, man, moving the chains.
As that's Max Hamrick was shaken up on that tackle for Leo. Arns not an easy one to bring down. It will be 1st and 10 from the 40. Clock stopped right now at 5:14. Columbia City down by the 7 points. And down on one knee right there is Max Hamrick. That's a good up. Hopefully it's just some cramping or maybe a little stinger. And he will walk off. So we've seen a couple players get shaken up. Everybody's been able to come back into the action, so hopefully the same goes for number 17 and Max Hamrick. But 1st and 10. The Cowbells are back out for Columbia City, down by 7, 5:14 remaining in this 4th quarter. SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. 1st and 10.
The Eagles, here we go. 5 minutes left. What do they got for us?
Formation set. Hand off. Good push. Tackle just shy of the 50. They're going to mark him at about the 44-yard line. They're going to say, yep, right at that 44, bring up 2nd and 6.
You love the effort there by the senior Jack Maley, 6 foot, 250 pounds, the right guard there, number 72, just really that extra second push. And as you see, 4.5 minutes left, and these teams are just gutting it out now.
4.5 minutes. How about that look from Severs? Tackle just shy of the 45. They'll mark him at the 46. But what a burst of speed at that handoff right there from Severs. The Leo line couldn't even react.
And this is what you love as Columbia City, because you've got 4 complementary running backs. It's kind of who's got the hot hand, and it Getz isn't able to get the edge, so it's like, hey, let's go back to our solid guy in Severs and start moving the ball that way.
Again, Severs inside the 35-yard line, tackled at the 31. Got some cooking here over the left side of that line with Severs. 4:07 clock stop while they move the chains.
And here's where, if I'm Columbia City, you get your tempo run game going. You've got it going up. Yes. Got a guy coming down. Joel Yeager, the center, getting it back together. You want to roll here. You want to put the pedal down, and this is how you've attacked all season, and make Leo second-guess themselves at the linebacking corps. Get it rolling.
.351. Plenty of time. Another handoff to Severs. Just squeaked through that hole. Takes it inside the 20. How about Ethan Severs on the move? 3 straight runs, 3 straight first downs.
And it's the same play every time. The old school adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Make them stop it, and they're on their heels. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a 4th time here. Severs has got the hot hand. Keep dealing the cards.
3.5 we're nearing. Under center goes Piper. What another play. Severs, touchdown, 18 yards. Severs give him the game ball on that drive. Took it all the way into the house.
And that right there, Tim, you just got to credit Coach Fox talking to his guys on the side. Coach Severs is his father's the running backs coach, and it's like, okay, it worked. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Get in the end zone. Don't overthink your play calls. And right there, they do a great job, the offensive line, of stepping down and washing out the 2 boundary players on the defensive line, and that's giving him that angle. They call it the train track. You want that straight angle when you come up to the line of scrimmage, and Severs has it there, and we've got a ball game. Can they tie it up here, Tim?
That was a beautiful cut right there at the 5-yard line to give them momentum to get it in. 4-6. Now, for the PAT to tie it up is Landon Urban. And Urban, no issues there for the place kicker. We're tied up at 20-21. Why not?
This is county football at its finest. I mean, just both teams right now absolutely exhausted, mentally, emotionally drained. 3.5 minutes left in this game. And now what? What are we going to see next, Tim?
All I know is Severs' absolutely dominating performance in that drive. Here's the first one. And look at the blocking as well. Took it there just near the 45. Then the second time out to shoot goes Severs. Here's another big gainer on the same exact. Look at him squeak through there. And then just the strength to churn and churn. Then why not? Let's do it again for the touchdown for Severs. Absolutely love it. Look at that cut. Great stuff by Columbia City on that drive.
Man, sometimes you just got to put the team on your back, and he does it right there. And, if I'm a play caller, I'm using that, talking to my guys up in the booth. I'm going to show that again if I get the ball back in this game and pass off of that action.
I like that a lot, absolutely. And that one had no doubt was going to the back of the end zone. So Leo will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line with some momentum back for the Columbia City Eagles with 3:25 left. Both squads with 3 timeouts remaining.
Man, what a game. So pumped to be out here with you, Tim.
Dude, this is great.
Just fantastic county football. And, Leffler's out there, and he's 350 degrees on the oven, and then Columbia City throws some water on him. He's a little lukewarm, but are they going to start feeding him again? Is he going to heat back up? I mean,
we're about to find out, Jake. 3:25 left in it here. 21 all. Leo on their own 20. 1st and 10. The play action to Loeffler. He keeps it. Tackled at about the 25, 26-yard line. Officially at the 27. Will bring up 2nd and 3.
Gosh, love the play calling. Dorfler is just mixing it up.
Yeah.
Very stoic and confident on the sidelines. Even keeled. The Dorfler name resonates so well. We had Dale Dorfler on the podcast on Thursday night, and you see a lot of the same nuances between these Dorfler coaches.
2nd and 3, just under 3 minutes. Plenty of time. Well, audible again. They've done that several times in this, especially in this second half. Hands Loeffler into traffic, just shy of the first down, I believe. They're going to mark him just shy of that 30. Oh, whoa. I think that's a pretty generous spot. So does the Columbia City Eagle fans.
The Eagle faithful, not impressed with the spot there. I get it. I think there's been a couple calls each way tonight that.
As there always is.
But absolutely, the officials are human too, and they probably would have brought Mons in on the power set there, but here we go, 1st down, and we're rolling again, Tim.
2:15 left, clock rolling. On the little pitch, shot, has a hold, a great block. Yeah, they wanted a block in the back, but he is out here. That's Zeisloff. Check it. Number 3 is Lucas Collins on a huge play, and the big gainer. And I wonder if that block in the back was not called because the defender turned his back in the action of the block. We'll have to take a look at it, but it was definitely ended with a push in the back. Traction AP replay. It comes on the edge here, right towards the bottom of your screen. Ooh. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's a bang play. Yeah. It's a tough one.
I don't mind that non-call there. But here we go. 1:45, 14 on the play clock. Trips far side, lone wide receiver to the near side is shot. Loeffler in the backfield on the right hip of Decker. They're going to take the handoff with Loeffler. Good little move to make something out of nothing. I mean, that was going to be a tackle and a loss for about 2, and the little stutter got the gainer. Will bring up 2nd and about 5, maybe 6 for the Lions.
Yep, Riley Tucker a little slow on that one. He's getting gassed. He's played a phenomenal game on the Eagles side, and if there's one thing that was learned from the Wayne game is that you don't want to give Columbia City too much time on the clock to run their tempo, and they've got a minute left, and Coach Dorfler is going to grind this thing down to nothing, and it's going to be a defensive stand for Columbia City to see if we can put this thing in overtime or not.
That's what it's going to take, Jake. 58 seconds, clock is rolling. 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. They're going to hand. They're going to spin out of it by Loeffler. Good job by Arntz to stop that progression. They may be setting up a field goal here to win this game.
I'm not too familiar with Leo's leg, but I know that their special teams has improved as the season's gone on, and gosh, to win a sectional championship on a 3-pointer would be insane.
Landon Ruoff, the sophomore field goal kicker, has been perfect on 3 of 3 PATs. 27 seconds.
I'm
Clock
calling
continues
it now.
to roll.
Tim, this is a boundary play to Brock Schott on the fade route.
3rd and 6. They're handing it.
Ooh.
They're playing for this field goal.
They're playing for the field goal.
And the win. They got that more towards the center of the field as the ball started on the far hash. So come in a little bit inside towards the center, give it a better angle for their kicker and Landon Ruoff. So they're going to take this all the way down to 1, I would assume. Or 2.4s, we're going to blow it dead. And time out for Leo.
Holy smokes. In the student section for Leo's coming down.
They're up there now standing by the fence, coming out of the bleachers. This is it right here, folks. It's 4th and about 4 for Leo. 2.4 remaining. 21-21, and a sophomore field goal kicker is going to be right in the spotlight here, Jake.
All comes down to a sophomore leg, Tim. Wow. Just like we planned it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
So 2.4 left, 21-21. This would do it. As the ball is at, the 15? Yeah, line of scrimmage is at the 15-yard line.
Just a sign of a great play caller. And Coach Dorfer, they've went to that fade route with shot so many times. Yep. He had me sold on it. I'm they're going for blood, Tim, but they keep their cognizance and say, hey, we are setting up for the field goal.
Here we go. Game on the line, and they're actually going with number 51, Riley Stewart, who's been perfect on his PATs. Decker's your holder. Stewart in the walk-up. The pressure block. Got it! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no!
City blocked it. Columbia City got in there and blocked the kick.
Oh,
and
man.
We're going to overtime.
The only way to be, Tim.
Oh, woo! Goodness. What a step up special teams line and save the game. Let's go to our Traction AP, Jake. Let's take a look at it together. It helps if I hit the right button here. Traction Athletic Performance Replay. Riley Stewart, the left-footed place kicker. It looked like it came right up the middle. Let's see here. No, that's off the edge.
Oh,
that
wow.
was off the edge on the left side, and that was, I believe, that was Fuller. That was Stratton Fuller with the blocked field goal. Let's take another look. Off that left edge.
Wow.
Whoa.
Just full extension. Shows his great athleticism and speed.
Oh, my goodness.
Just a county classic out here.
So we are going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's step away real quick and catch our breaths right here. Wow. Columbia City, Leo, overtime, sectional 19. Who's going to win the crown? Right here, SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Overtime here at Columbia City. 21-21 NE8 Conference rivals. The champ and the Columbia City Eagles, they were on the ropes with a field goal attempt by the Leo Lions. And who else? The outstanding sophomore Stratton Fuller with the block. Jake Smith, take a look at it right there off that left edge for Stratton.
Just right there off the edge. You just can't teach speed like that off the blocks. And what a moment for the Fuller family. Father's coach on the sideline. My son just blocks the kick. My other son is running around hopping out. I'll have him in 7th grade next year. Fuller 3, I like to call him. And they are just bumping around down there, man. Great moment for the Fuller family.
Fuller 3, I like it. So here we go. No time. We're putting up. Listen to this Columbia City crowd. as the student section for Leo went back up in the bleachers. Ball game not over yet.
Yes, and Coach Fox is rousing up the troops. He says, we've got home field, guys. Help us here. We need everything. Trying to get their first sectional since 1993.
Woo! So here we go. It will be possession first for the Leo offense. This will be 4 untimed downs. Ball placed at the 10-yard line. It'll start on the far hash for Leo.
This really opens up a lot of the playbook. You got to watch out and stay cognizant of Brock's shot here in this down and distance.
Right. So here we go. Let's see what Leo decides to do. On first and goal. And the white hat over there talking to the Leo sideline, and Coach Dorfler looks like everything's straightened out here. 21-21. Shotgun formation. Twins near side. They're spread. Lone wide receiver to the far side. Puts a man in motion. He's going to hand off. That'll be a gain of about 2 yards for Leo on first down. That was number 5 in Camden Zeisloff.
Yeah, they're really spreading out wide here. Really sent a guy out to the boundary and a guy to the hash at the wide receiver positions, and they're going to use just a 4 complemented play here that kind of go off of each other. So showing the jet there, and what are they going to go to next? Maybe back into that inside zone.
Here we go. Second down. Flag goes out wide. Has a man. Oh, he missed him.
Oh, wow.
How about the sack by number 20, Chacon, who was shaken up in the fourth quarter, Jake?
What a call by defensive coordinator Coach Clark. That was insanity, and they get home on it. And the thing is, Decker didn't have the vision there, Tim. Shot was on the crossing route open for just a brief second, but he wasn't in position to marry up and send the throw. Huge down right there for Columbia City.
So 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. And remember, Columbia City's already blocked 1 field goal. How comfortable is Leo going to be in that type of situation? But it's 3rd and goal from the 16.
Passing
Decker
down again.
In the end zone. And, pass interference. Pass interference on Columbia City. And this may be an unsportsmanlike after for Columbia City. Did the little sword sheathing motion, and the late flag was thrown by the side judge. You may have a huge penalty here. Not only the pass, but an unsportsmanlike. And youngsters just got to learn.
Yes.
There's no need for that type of stuff. So it will be 1st and goal. And where do they put this? At the 1, since it was at the 16. You mark off the whole 15-yard on the unsportsmanlike. It's half. I thought you only go half the distance if you couldn't mark off the whole penalty. Huh.
I don't know what the exact call was.
Did he motion? I never saw him motion.
I didn't see either. 3rd down here now.
3rd and goal. Decker. Option. Keeps it inside the 2. And a nice little burst of speed, then fell forward, did Decker. That was a nice run.
Yeah, big time. The interesting part, and that's the thing about defending option plays, you've got to make sure that you've got a hat-on quarterback and a hat-on running back. And unfortunately for CC, 2 or 3 guys sold out to the running back, and he cut it up. And here we go with the old power set, 4th and short. Look for Aiden Mons coming in here.
Why not, folks? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Can Riley, Tucker, and company sniff it out at the goal line and shut it down, or can the power play of Leo punch it in?
4th and goal from the 2, and Leo's going to get the timeout.
Woo!
They want a timeout to talk about it. So it will be 4th and 2 right here for Leo. And I like maybe rolling them out, giving them an option here for Decker. Don't really hamstring him with a straight run and a straight handoff maybe, or at least a read option where he can get out and pass it as well.
Yeah, I like the thinking there, Tim, and obviously orchestrated by Coach Dorf, where he says, get up to that line quick. Let's see what they're going to do. Obviously, they're going to smash inside and show jumbo, on the defensive way, try to clog that up. But he wants to see, hey, who is